What I done got myself into. Hold on, man. Ah, man. Check 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? Let me cut this mic off. Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Secure the tribe. Come on, man. I'm going to ask, let's take a poll. We're going to take a poll, see if we want to secure the tribe in the building, man. Can anybody hear me? Hello? Is anybody home? Okay. We got the guest in the building tonight. And in the back, in the backstage, it was getting, it was turning up. It was about to turn up. I had to turn it off real quick. It's about to get right up in here. All right. Am I loud and clear? All righty then. Am I loud and clear? I got to make sure I'm loud and clear before we do anything. Let me. All right. I'm trying to figure this out myself. I'm going to let y'all get in the building. Come on in. We ain't going to do a whole bunch of setting tonight because we need to make sure everybody is in it. This gonna be a fire show tonight.
The Hawker Bay front line till the law call my
If you
number.
a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European, how to bathe. Enough for that women buy European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Now, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love everybody. Suchi, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now, Cypher, I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember.
Over here just to dance like that. They feel the song.
You gon' remember.
They make ugly faces.
Front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember.
Y'all don't remember the old heads used to dance like that, and when they saw it come on, they'd be like, "Ow!" like somebody poked them with something. Ow! boy, they had sugar in their tank back in the day. I'm trying to tell you, if they go back, ow! Like, hold on, what you doing?
Front line till the law call my number. You super scout purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for the best mistake. That's why you killing, fighting, Murray.
Everybody used to snap. Ow! Why they do all that stuff?
You should love the wars, bro. Come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. Oh yeah. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. That town. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. LA. I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number.
Ow! Ouch! Wow! Hey, now, listen. Hey, what's funny about that is back in the day, it seemed like they all had a little sugar in their tank too. They be moving all funny and awkward. And you ever notice the rappers back then, Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel, they had on them tight. They wore spandex before spandex was in style. They was Hebrew Israelites with fringes on their jackets before the Hebrew Israelites started wearing fringes and standing on the corner. They wore tight pants and jerry curls, but at the end of their stuff, they stopped saying ow. They started saying rah. I'm trying to tell you, they had cowboy jackets on with spandex on, and they was rah. Bow-legged Lou and them. Yeah. Bow-legged Lou now was suspect. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can be mad at me. I don't care. Bow-legged Lou now was suspect. I don't care what nobody say. What Miss Sandra Lee talking about? Oh my God. Bow-legged Lou and all them, man. Shout out to Bow-legged Lou, man. That's my man. But Bow-legged, he was suspect, man. The dude with the low voice, he like, man, shut up, man. Like, hold up. I'm trying to tell you. And all of them had on them tight pants, man. Like, why are they doing this, man, to us? This is not the culture. And let me tell you something. When Run DMC them came out with them Adidas sweatsuits, yeah, Rakim came out with his sweatsuit, his velour sweatsuits. Yeah, we was happy. Good goodness and gracious, we were happy. You know what I mean? Because we didn't want to hear from Cowboy. Like, nah, Cowboy, you tripping. You tripping with that wear on. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Had they little shirts all open and rapping. You know what I mean? Thought they was muscular. I'm like, man, nah. But then when LL and them came around, we were like, okay. Now we going somewhere with this. Because y'all tripping right there. Y'all tripping right there. In the 70s and in the early 80s, they was tripping for real, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm glad the Juice Crew came out. I'm trying to tell you, I was happy. I said, man, because I can't do that. I can't do that. They sitting up there with their shirt all unbuttoned, talking about raw. Nah, man. But with that being said, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tahaka the Bay. Tonight, family, we got a good one for you. I wasn't even going to go live today, family. Trust me, I wasn't going to go live today. You know what I'm saying? But I thought about Brother Heath, and I reached out to him last night to see if he wanted to come on the show. I reached out to King T. King T is my brother, without a doubt or contradiction. That is my brother. And I reached out to King T, and I wanted to get his assessment on what we have been talking about so far since he's been on the show. King T is our brother. King T is the one. That's right. He the new King T. Ain't no big T. He a king over here. See, FBA made him a big T. We make him a king over here. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all remember when I named the General Delta, and it stuck. It stuck. He came on here as Delta. You feel me? But now, if he come on here right now throughout the internet, they know him as General Delta. And from this day forward, the FBAs, they minimized our brother. They call him Big T. We don't know what that means. Over here, he's a king. That's right. And coming to the stage is my brother, King T. Man, they chopped you, man. They let you call yourself Big T. You a king over here, brother.
Yeah. I rock with that.
King
That's
T.
respect. Respect, man. Respect. I appreciate that, brother.
So I may call you Big T because I'm used to it until I get used to Big T. But whatever the case may be, it's all the same.
Hey, you talk. Use GS. Yes, sir.
I want to say to you, brother, have you been keeping up with the show?
Yeah, as much as possible. Yes.
Are you so you well informed as what's been going on?
Yeah.
You're well informed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all I want to know. You
Yes,
don't have an introduction. Have you been working on your YouTube channel?
Yes and no. Like, yes and no. I'm just working so much, man, and I had to take some time off because this stuff could get a little overwhelming, and I could get lost in it. So
Right.
I had to fall back and just relax and just be normal. I started back training, going back to the gym. That's what makes me happy because this stuff here is so it dawns on my heart most of the time.
Yeah.
And the bickering, the fighting, and all of this stuff here. So I had to learn how to fall back. But I'm doing a story right now. So I'm just kind of like taking my time with it right
Okay.
now. Thanks for asking.
Excellent, excellent. So you don't need an introduction. So allow me to bring my brother El Soot in here to introduce himself. The brother
Mhm.
reached out to me. He said he wanted to have a respectable dialogue. He represents the FBA position. I would imagine. I don't know how deep into the FBA position because some people say I'm FBA, but I don't represent Tariq, or I'm FBA and I support Tariq. So we're going to find out today his position, or maybe he just represent the conversation of us coming together. But I thought it was that he follows the FBA concept, and now we'll find out right now. I'll let him say it in his own words. El Soot, where are you from, first of all, brother, and what do you represent as it relates to this conversation? Got to oh man, we can't hear you. We can't hear a word you saying. Uh-oh. 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 While he's working on that, family, I want to let you know that all the members of the membership section, we're going to be making sure that you get all the receipts, that if you got a YouTube channel, you can use all the receipts and do all the things that you wish to do with the receipts. So today we put down the FBA, not the FBA, we put down the PDF of the Hidden History Museum mortgage papers, just to let you know that that it wasn't purchased outright as people had talked about. And now in the membership section, you're able to get the mortgage papers. We got some more papers that are going to be coming to you. This is for those that maybe want to keep it for their record. If they like to go back and forth and argue on the internet, we're going to make sure that you have all the ammo that you need to show to show and prove. Are you there, brother? We're going to make
Yeah,
sure
can you
that
hear me now?
I can hear you now. Let me
Yeah.
just finish my sentence real quick. We're going to make sure that you have all the information that you need to show and prove that we're doing this in real time. We're doing this in reality. We're not just doing this as a YouTube show. We want everybody to know that this is reality. This is not YouTube and then you go on about your life. You feel what I'm saying?
No
This is
doubt.
not YouTube. You go on about your life. No, this is YouTube and reality. And so the receipts that we give, these receipts are real. This is just not for some views. This is just not for some clout. This is for you to use it even for your YouTube channel if you have one. And I'm going to be dropping all the receipts that I've been pulling up and that I've researched for the last 6 months. We've been on this for 6 months, and it's possibly that we'll be on it for 6 more months. I don't care what the haters say. I don't care what the people cry about, because the people need to know the truth until the truth sets them free. But with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor to El Soot. Brother, the floor is yours.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for giving me the the opportunity to come on and express myself. Secondly, I secondly, I mean, I am not aligned with any organization, no FBA or none. Although I do subscribe to the acronym because my family are they are descendants of slavery, of slaves, and even the ADOS thing too.
Right.
So I do subscribe to that, but I don't just subscribe to nobody's think tank or they thought. But I'm being honest. I don't have nothing against that brother, because I thought what he did was hitting colors was a good, was a good thing, whether it was small or large or whatever scale it was on. I thought it was a good thing. It may have sparked something to make somebody look somewhere else for some more information. I thought it served its purpose at that time. Now, what's going on in 2023? I don't know nothing about the brother finances, but if you on to something, if you really saying something, and that's what it is, then he gotta get exposed for that. You feel me? Like if that's really what it is, you know what I mean? Like then, you know what I mean? Then he gotta get called out. But I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's the fight that you fighting. You know what I mean? My real gripe, like not gripe in that sense. My gripe only with you was really like coming at the elders. And you said it last night. You was like, people get a little touchy. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the elders and this and that, man, Brother Cobb, Dr. Coleman have been on the streets, man, and doing grassroots work in the school system. And I don't know the brother person. He's been doing work in the school system and in the trenches.
Uh-oh. With that being said, he might have just blanked out real quick. But with that being, he back in. Your connection is real shaky. But go ahead and get your connection together. And I want to bring in I say a friend of mine, and I never met the brother before. I just follow his posts on Twitter. And to me, I don't know about anybody else. I never seen him on Twitter. Is very toxic. Let's keep it a buck. And I don't even care if you're on the side of the argument that I'm on. If I see you can respond to stuff and hold your composure, I can rock with you, because kings and leaders and guides is what we need in our community. And we can't have that when we're always pulling from our emotions. And so when I watch the brother post, I'm always examining how he represents just stand up and straightforwardness. And I'm like, I got to get him on the show. And so with that being said, today we got him on the show. And brother, I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, because I would like to have a show with you and I in the near future. But tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to get this conversation started.
That's perfectly fine. But like, I just call myself Sizzler Kanji on Twitter. I'm all about truth, knowing what actually happened with our people throughout the globe. I'm a Pan-Africanist, Black nationalist. I'm just about connecting with our people with unity and actually building what we need to build within every structure that we need, with with everything that you can think of, from food to clothes, power, vehicles, everything. And I just wanted to be able to come. I like to be able to come. Sorry. I'm just happy to be able to come onto the show and be able to speak my mind and be able to even maybe speak something into these guys that are into FBA, because in my opinion, I feel like they've gone astray. They're going on a wrong path, in my opinion.
Right. And I definitely, and in my opinion, I definitely agree with that sentiment. So let's spin it back around to King T real quick. King T.
Yeah, what's up?
What I've shown so far about FBA as it relates to Tariq Nasheed, what do you have to say about that?
It's gone too far. It's gone too far. When you went out there and you was videoing, when you was taping the museum, and you was walking around, and I saw you just mapping out what you felt as though what was going on, and there is no proof of that. Only but what you are saying.
Say what?
I said there's actually no proof of your allegations against the brother, and what was actually, as far as the security, the guys on the corner, to me, that wasn't enough and saying that it's FBI involvement, that wasn't enough for me to say, hey man, this guy is an informant.
Brother, did you see the camera moving?
I saw the camera moving. Yes.
Okay. The camera is moving. That's number one. But that's just one
Right.
item. I just want to speak on that one item.
Okay. Now, so you want me to respond?
Listen to me. We are across the street. Right? How does that camera follow us?
It could have been. I'm saying that if someone was on that roof, right? That was the camera following you. Let's say if there was somebody who's on that roof. But what does that mean?
I'm asking you, how does? No, we're gonna do that first. Let's
Okay.
Let's compartmentalize it. Let's compartmentalize.
Okay.
How does a camera follow two people center screen down the street? How does that work? Somebody has to operate it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody has to operate it, because the only way it's going to become by motion detection is if you're close enough, and it would detect and move with trucks and cars and everything else, because we've seen the truck go. So somebody is moving it. Now the second question is, now we have to wonder who is working the camera. Now
there you go.
Here we go. Whoever is working the camera, Tariq would have to contact them and get that footage from them, and within 20 minutes he have to upload it. Is that correct?
Okay.
Now hold up. Now with that being said, and we also have, one second, we also have this guy on the roof. This is a European on the roof with a handheld device, a communicative device, and we already know because it's a wire going over his shoulder. He's on the roof at 8 in the morning. There is no, I got the whole scene. There is no work trucks there. There is no nothing there. So now, so hold on. So
go ahead.
So one of the points that I want to point out is that in situations like this, it's always more likely than not. Because if it's an operation, you're not supposed to have the smoking gun. The moment you have the smoking gun, the operation is through. So we never, ever in history, ever had the smoking gun in real time. We never even got this close in real time. This is why it seems so foreign. Because even when Garvey, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Malcolm X, Martin, or any other leaders was compromised by infiltration, we didn't find out that till years later. We didn't find out while it was going on, if you will. You follow what I'm saying? So this is why this is foreign. But we have to deal with more likely than not at this point. Now, I was there, so I know what it was. But for people who's trying to rumble this around their brain, more likely than not, it's a European on the roof. He has some type of device in his hand. Tariq gets the footage. So more likely than not, let me hear what you come up with.
That's, to me, it's just security.
So why don't he just say that?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, without you asking me if the man, first of all, Tariq has been receiving, he gets lots of death threats. That's number one. Number two, he has this museum that everybody is after, that everybody is going after him with and saying that, hey man, you know, you robbing the people, where's this museum is bullshit and all this. What the man is doing is that, okay, he's protecting his property. He spent what, $2 million for the property? He's protecting his property. If I had a business and I had enemies out there, I would have the same thing set up.
Brother, do you know that it was 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning and the liquor store gates was down on the property?
Okay.
You know, liquor store gates, that's what protects the property.
24-hour security.
Brother,
it's 24-hour security.
Okay, let me do one more thing, and then we'll bring Sizzler.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me do one more thing. Okay, now I want to ask you, what about the guy sitting in the car right here? Is that security too?
Security's outside. It's posted outside. You can't go in there. You can't go in because, like you said, the liquor store shutters is closed.
Exactly. So this security that's in this makeshift, in this van right here, that's security too.
Yeah, listen, I used to do security. I used to be posted out there using my own car.
I got you.
To do stuff like that.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
So we have a guy that screams FBA.
Mm-hmm.
We have a guy that screams lineage base, and he got a European, appeared to be a European on the roof. He has a European in the car. He has, bro, he has Europeans all over the place protecting what he call FBA owned. That's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right. Let me bring Sizzler in. Brother Sizzler, have you been watching this play out? And what do you think about what Big T, King T, has just said about and that's only 2 items of the evidence. Now, I have a whole slew of evidence, but that's just 2 items. What do you think about that?
Like, I've seen all of this stuff about what's been going on with it.
One second. I got a mute, brother. Brother, you got to mute your mic, El Soot, and I'm going to bring you back in.
Oh, and like some of the, I've seen all of this stuff, all the images you've been showing, even the video that even Tariq posted online of him approaching you and all of that kind of mess. Just in my opinion, it looked like he knew that you were coming already, even though you weren't coming to, at least from my perspective, it didn't look like you were coming to destroy nothing. You were just gonna take a couple pictures and probably do a video in front of the property and then basically be on your way. But those people had to known you were coming and were set up before you even got there. That's
Absolutely,
from my perspective.
And that's another thing, Big T. They had to know I was coming. There is no doubt about it. We got to remember.
Well, yeah, because you did mention that you was going out there,
but I never mentioned when I was going out there. I never mentioned a day. I purposely never mentioned.
Yeah.
When. I purposely never mentioned men. And
he was waiting for you.
Yeah. So here we go again with the more likely than not. Right now, another thing is Tariq lives about an hour away. Right. He lives about an hour away, and I wasn't there not longer than 5 minutes. This all took 5 minutes. I got it all on tape. It only took 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got out the car, walked to the first mural, and then walked across the street, he came down the street. There he is right there. So somebody called him. And said, okay, he's here. That's me. That's him behind me. This now listen, in any type of research such as this, the evidence is staggering. It's just staggering. You know what I'm saying? And then he jumps out the car, goes crazy, swings on me, right? And when I lunge back at him, he backs up. And before you know it, just that quick, he walks back to the car, grabs his phone, and goes live. I go live too, though. I didn't go live. I recorded him. I said, look at, he trying to do this in front of the police. He's trying to do this, and I got the recording. But he goes live after I'm headed to my car. But we was facing each other after the fact. So you know what that shows me? There's a story on DJ Vlad platform a brother sent me today, and it's a sister that was hooked up with Big Meech now. And so they had an informant that had been an informant within some type of capacity. And she was telling a story how the informant had tried to get her rearrested and violate parole by saying that she assaulted her. Now, I'm not on parole or nothing. I don't have anything over my head. But it appears to me that this guy was trying to be the fall guy for an excuse for something to happen to myself. Now, this is all theory, but to see somebody be all worked up and then cut off like that, he realized I wasn't going to put my hands on him. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Because I realized not at the time that the police was there. I wasn't really worried about the police to a degree. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if I tussle this guy, I'm not from here. Everybody's going to come out the woodwork, and the police is there. So it's either going to be neighborhood people or it's going to be police. I'm against all odds. I'm super, but I'm not Superman. So,
Right.
So with that being said, it was definitely a setup. Do you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can get El Soot. And El Soot, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. Oh, you got an echo though. Check.
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you got? Do you have headphones? Because you got a horrible echo.
It's bad. The echo bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Damn. Probably this little cheap iPhone, man. You know what I'm saying? This is probably this little iPhone.
Man, you ain't mad. Hold on. Let me mute you. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. All that money that Tariq got, you mean tell me you can't get him get you an iPhone, brother?
For real, bro. Stop saying that, cause I don't subscribe like to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm joking. Hey, look, I got 3 iPhones. Which one you want?
Send me one. Send me one. Whichever you want. Whichever one you want to send. Send that joint. I'm all for it.
Now I'm just playing.
I'm all for it.
If I mute my mic, let me hear you talk. And if he echoes, somebody raise their hand. Go ahead, brother.
Testing. Still bad?
Nah, you sound good.
Testing.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute my mic and I'm gonna let you kick your spill, and then I'll respond.
No doubt. As far as it being a setup, I don't know. I'm keeping it real, big bro, man. Seem like you might be reaching a little bit with the setup thing, man. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like it. You feel me? Like I'm not that deeply involved with whatever y'all got going on. I will say this in your defense, whatever it is you was talking about, because I seen you on the internet, you know what I mean? Like, and you was going through something with somebody else or something. You was talking about the brothers being on the mound. And I thought, like, whatever. But then, you got on this issue with the brother. And I'm saying, I don't believe that the man, when he first came out, that he was on nonsense. If you want me to elaborate, like, on the issue with you and him, first of all, I don't even know I really...
No, actually, you can elaborate on anything you want. You can elaborate on anything you want.
And he ain't reeling to people. But you, as far as like, you gave people like a little taste, but you ain't really give them nothing to say like this is what it is. You know what I mean? You making a lot of accusations. Nobody refuting it either. You feel me? A lot of accusations. I don't know if they false or not.
I don't think you're keeping up. Mute your mic for a second. I don't think you're keeping up with the show. There is 2 videos. Mute your mic for a second. I don't think you're keeping up with the show. There is 2 videos. Can you mute your mic real quick? Because that's what's happening. So there's 2 videos that I did. There's 2 videos that I did that outlines specifically, and I took my time to really lay it out, and I laid out each evidence by one. You know what I'm saying? So those videos, for instance, those videos are very clear. I know you probably want to see the FBI badge fall on the ground while they're on the camera. We're not going to see that. We're just not going to see that. But what we will see is there is people on corners. There is people on the roof. There is people in a car. There is a video follow me down the street as he swings on me. What more can anybody say? What more can anybody say?
Yo,
now,
with
that being said, hold up. With that being said, the follow-up video, hold up. Tariq has responded to every video that I've done in some capacity or another until this. Not saying that he has went to length and every video I did, he did one. No, he would respond in some capacity, except for this. And the $1 million grift saying that he bought the building and he got a mortgage. He's not responding to that. That is odd, because if you know Tariq Nasheed, not saying that you do or anybody in this boxes know Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed go hard body in the paint when he has a disagreement. He's done it with anybody he's been up against. Anybody. He's done it with I mean, come on, man. We can name them. We can name them. Not the ones, I'm not saying that we agree with the people he disagree with. That's not what I'm saying. But Roland Martin, hard in the paint for years. Tommy Sotomayor, hard in the paint for years. Michi X, hard in the paint, nonstop for years. Shall I go on? Any person. This issue, quiet. That is un-Tariq Nasheed like. It doesn't even fit. It doesn't even fit.
Can I say something? Can I say something? So it's two things here. You're saying that he's an FBI. He's working with the FBI, and that's some shitty footage for an FBI. I'm talking about the guy on the roof that to be following you is a white boy, but you know that's some shitty footage that the FBI.
Brother, when have you ever seen quality footage from the FBI?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
when have you ever seen quality footage from the FBI? You have never seen quality surveillance footage from the FBI.
That shit look like it was. Brother, that shit like it was like 1980 video. Let me stop. Let
me say this for a minute. Brother, you have never seen quality footage from the FBI. Never. Go look it up. You will never see quality footage from the FBI. And the reason why I'm about to tell you why. You need to understand technology. Because the footage, this video right here, right? This video that you're watching right now, there is stuff inside this video that can give you a fingerprint on this video, where it came from, when it was uploaded, the metrics.
That don't look like no up-to-date.
Listen to what video, I'm saying. Man. Because you won't be able to get metrics out of it. That's why they use this. That's why they used it with John Gotti. That's why they continue to use this type of video footage, because you won't be able to get metrics out of it.
Well, you that's what I'm saying.
You got to understand technology to understand why they use crappy footage. They use these cameras because you won't be able to get the fingerprint from them.
Tahaka, what is he getting out of working with the FBI? What is he getting out of?
I'm sorry.
Number two.
It's called metadata.
Well, metadata. So listen, number two, my question is this. What's the purpose of him working with FBI for?
Brother, listen to this. Listen to this. Do you know that there was the FBI, the United States government, has agendas. And these agendas have been to detract and distract populations that could cause civil unrest or move the power structure out of the way and replace another power structure. And so, as they said in the 60s, that they are not going to kill leaders, they're going to make leaders for you. This is a prime example how leaders are being made for us. And they're very convincing. They're very convincing, and they're supposed to be. Now, when you got to study, see, you can't just study one side of history and then think you know everything about how infiltration works. Infiltration today does not work like yesterday. You're waiting for bloodshed. You're waiting for something crazy to happen in the public. But that's not how it works today. It's just controlling the algorithms of people or supplanting thoughts in people, or just bringing back information at the vibration of the people, so they can be 5 steps ahead. You follow me? That's how it works today.
So you can say that about every black person that's on YouTube right now that's speaking the way you're speaking, the way Tariq's speaking, the way we're all speaking. So we are all included in that, right?
Let me ask you a question. What is your name outside of Big T? Do you mind telling me?
Taylor.
Your name is Taylor. Would you mind telling me your name? What mama call you?
T.
Okay. You ain't got to tell me your name. But let me tell you, I know off camera you would tell me. If I asked you your government name, you would tell me off camera because we talked before. I'm sure you would.
Yeah, of course.
Tariq been around for how many years?
For about a good amount of years. So I would say, I don't know, but it's still 2007, right?
Now Tariq been around since. Tariq been around.
I started following around 2007.
Tariq been around for over 30 years. What's Tariq name? What mama birthed him? He's a celebrity.
Tariq. Yeah, he's a celebrity. All right.
What mama birthed his name?
Tariq.
No, mama didn't birth him Tariq. This is the point that I'm making. This is a classic point that I'm making. I shouldn't have to know that your name is something Taylor or Soot's name is something. Y'all are not celebrities. What I'm saying is this guy has been in the public eye for over 30 years and nobody knows who he is. You think his name is Tariq?
Well, he changed his name, right?
See, you're guessing. That's not the point.
No. But according to you, listen. But according to you, he changed his name, right?
Whatever the case, no, listen to the logic, and then I want to pass it to Sizzler and then back to Soot. Whatever logic you come up with, it doesn't really mean anything. What the logic that I'm pointing out is that you're defending somebody that you really don't know. Because he's been around for 30 years. You say 2007. You don't even know this man.
Okay, because I'm not a follower. I'm not a fan of Tariq like that. I just love the content where I'm coming to his defense because I see no purpose to come after the guy. I mean, the guy is a business guy. He came up with the term. I mean, you were talking about the guys changed his name. Everybody changed their name, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could change my damn name.
Listen to me. That's not the point that I'm making.
But I'm just saying, it's not. He didn't do anything wrong, illegal. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't do anything illegal.
Listen to what I'm saying, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. You're taking a personal interest and to stand with FBA, rightfully so, because that's how you identify. But when you begin to defend someone that you really don't know, that's when
I'm not defending him. We just having a conversation.
You're trying to bring logic to something that's illogical. But let me get Sizzler in real quick, and then I want to get Soot back in.
All right, go ahead.
Sizzler, come on, bring me some comments.
Okay, King T, you say that what's going on? You say that you don't follow him, but it just seems like you caught a lot of the things that you do say while you've been on this platform. I saw the other video that you did with Taharka before. A lot of the things that come out your mouth is everything that Tariq says, like almost verbatim. With verbatim, you repeat pretty much all of his lines and his talking points, and then even I'm not trying to piss you off or nothing. But even when you start arguing with other people, you start asking the same questions he asks, saying, "Where did you come from? Where's your family from? Oh, you're Caribbean and yada yada yada."
Right.
And you do defend a lot of the things that he does. Just some of this other nonsense, like the stuff that he's been doing the past few months, even the stuff that happened with Pan-African Strikes Back and Taharka, you're pretty much agreeing with what Taharka has been saying about him saying that the situation was funny style. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Well, you're right and wrong. So what I'm standing on is
in what way am I wrong?
You're wrong because you said a few things. So I'm going to address the one where I really think you're wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
I follow everybody. If I follow everybody who has a platform, I follow Taharka Bay. That's my boy. I follow Tariq. I follow a couple of other people. So I'm just not a big sit around here. I'm not a fanatic fan of anybody, but I do like the guy, and I like what he says, and I like what he stands for. The brother is my age. We're around all the same age, so I understand where he's coming from, and I know what he's trying to do. And it's kind of odd to me, and why it sounds like I'm not defending him as a person. I'm defending the theory of what this brother's talking about. I agree with the theory of what this brother's talking about. It makes sense to me. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. So don't get that confused that I'm a fanatic. I'm not a fanatic of anybody. Okay, I just support the theory of ideas and concepts of what people are talking about. Like I don't, you get what I'm saying? Like I like Tahaka. I've been listening to Tahaka. He knows I've been following for a minute. And I like some of the things that he talks about. So am I a fanatic? No, but we're talking about Tariq here, and we're talking about some serious. To say that this man is working with the FBI, I mean that's big time, man.
Yeah,
That's big time. You're gonna have to prove. That's like, you're gonna have to come with some real facts, man.
So listen what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, brother, sister. What I'm saying is, in situations like this, we use more likely than not, because more likely than not, for example, more likely than not, you know what I'm saying? Let me just screen share real quick. More likely than not. Let's explain this. What does this scene look like to you? More likely than not. Do that look like security to you, or do that look like an operation? More likely than not.
What you mean, operation? It looks like security. It looks like somebody is watching out for a building.
No, he's not even on the hidden museum building. That doesn't look like you're making a scenario now. And you might say the same thing about me. But if you walking down the street, and
so if he's not on his building, Tahak, if he's not on his building, what's the problem? He could be on somebody else's building.
Brother, he's watching me.
And maybe he's watching birds and shit. Maybe he's watching birds from the sky on the other building.
All right. Let me get my brother Soot in. Let him come with it real quick. Brother Soot, let me give you the floor. You ain't got to talk about Tariq or anything like that. Let's talk about what you wanted to talk about and coming to the platform, because you reached out to me. So what exactly did you want to address? You mentioned something about the elders and what else?
Definitely want to speak about the elders. I don't think that they are compromised, and I don't think that you should put that message out there to people that they are compromised, because they have done groundwork. I think even Professor Smalls talked one time about, how the Alphabet Boys was on his heels. And as far as Brother Kaba just popped back up on the scene in this new age internet where everybody doing what they doing, getting money. Like, so I don't, and I seen him on another channel, and the younger people in the crowd, they were being disrespectful. He is not a metaphysician. He is a master historian. He have studied at the feet of Dr. John Henry Clark. And I'm not capping for him. They all men. I'm not capping for him. And I'm not capping for Professor Smalls, or nor am I capping for Tariq Nasheed. But you cannot take away the substance that brother did when he dropped the Hidden Colors. Yeah, you got your beef with him. Whatever y'all at right now, but I don't care what your people in the comment section say. You cannot take away. It may have sparked you to go on a more historical journey, because nobody really putting that type of information out back then. The conscious community, they had the community, they had the circuit. But it wasn't what it is now today, where the information was as accessible as it is to the people right now today. But that's your thing with him. I don't have no personal gripe. I'm on a middle path. But what I do take aim with is you being accusing the elders of being compromised. No way, no how, Brother Kaba is compromised. No way, no how, Brother Smalls is compromised. And then you put that up there like boule, gatekeepers. Don't put that message out there for the people, man, to interpret that like that. Do your thing, wage your war. You know what I'm saying? Because you might be on to something. But to say that they are compromised, you're wrong for that, brother. You're wrong for that.
Taharka, you're muted.
My point that I'm making about Dr. Kaba and Professor Smalls, brother, you are totally wrong. Tariq Nasheed did nothing new. Tariq Nasheed had access to a different platform to highlight that which was already going on. Those bodega scholars that Sinetta brought to the forefront, and I call them bodega scholars because they stood on the corners of the bodegas and they taught outside. And Sinetta brought these people to a group of people that Tariq Nasheed wouldn't have no clue about. Tariq Nasheed used to call them dusty Kemetic scholars. He used to call them all dusty at one time. The video exists. These people been doing that. They've been doing that. What Tariq Nasheed did was he infiltrated the concept. He took the same few people and he put a more shinier camera, a more better background, and he did the same thing that Sinetta was doing, but he was afforded a different type of delivery because of where he been at in his walks. The European put him on. He had already been on Jay Leno. He had already been on VH1. So all he did was took something that already exists and gave it a new face. In Hidden Colors, because most people wasn't in the know, Hidden Colors was pseudo as ever. But most people wasn't in the know. They took it as it was the holy grail of knowledge because of the marketing strategy. The marketing strategy. But now, with that being said, right, we in a new age now. And now we can look back and be like, wow, this stuff is garbage. Now, when we're looking at the elders, right? When we look at the elders and we can examine the elders and say, man, these brothers are teaching pseudo. Now, pseudo is just a word to say it's not really right and exact. And if we go back and look at some of these teachings from the elders that was teaching that stuff back in 2015, 2013, and 2012, and you put it under the litmus test today, it's garbage. It's garbage. That's right. And I would challenge anybody. So when we look at Professor Smalls, he talking about the word more means black. Now, many people say that, but he's an elder. He should know better. He should know better that that's not true. And he's claimed to be a professor. He should know better. Dr. Kaba, he also have some teachings that's over the top. So what I'm saying is, just because we question these things, that doesn't mean people take it as disrespect because they holding it as the Holy Grail. But it's not the Holy Grail. I can, listen, especially, you call yourself a professor. You call yourself a scholar, you call yourself a doctor, yet you can't even see the people right in front of your face that's manipulating and you're getting your palms greased. And you won't even speak out to the wrong that's done. But then when you speak out to it, you double back on it. Professor, let me tell you how double back Professor James Smalls is. And people don't like this because we've been taught in such a way. We have been taught in such a way that the elders cannot be addressed. But I'm not going to cuss out. I never cuss anybody out on my platform, number one. But I tell the truth the way it is. Let me say this. I met Professor Smalls quite a few times. And I addressed Professor Smalls. I said to him, brother, why are you doing these videos with Sinetta when you know better about the Moors? And he said to me, yeah, I got family members. You know, my grandmother or grandparents or something, or somebody in his family within his grandfather's generation was Moors. He knows better. He said this to me. So to go on Sinetta platform and be in opposition when he have, and don't quote me on the family member, he has family members that was Moors. That's a blatant, that's being blatantly disingenuous. When he told me this. I got pictures with me and James Smalls, Professor James Smalls. So I've listened to him in his face. I listened to him. I talked to him personally and then come right back on Sinetta TV and go right contradictory to it. He did the same thing with Tariq Nasheed. He said Tariq Nasheed, he doesn't support what he does when it comes to the way that he talking, using the N-words and disrespect, et cetera, et cetera. A few days later, he doubled back and say, somebody took took the video and they spliced it up. Now you mean tell me that we don't say nothing to the elder because he's an elder? That's what he said. Nobody spliced his video up. Nobody spliced it up, and that should be, and he should be held accountable for being on a camera and saying two different things. He did it in private, so I can't prove that he said it to me, but he did it himself. And then, oh yeah, somebody said he said misquoted. No, you don't get to do that, brother. You don't get to do that. And if we don't say nothing, right? We don't say nothing. That means it goes on and on unchecked. So it's not disrespect. It's like we need to set a new standard that if you say it, stand on it. Period. Stand on it. With that being said, did you want to respond, brother? You muted, brother. You muted, brother. You muted. You muted.
Brother, you muted.
Stand on it.
We can't hear you. After you, I'm gonna get Big T in, and then we're gonna bring Sizzler back in. But we can't hear you.
Still muted.
While you working on that, when you speak up, let's get King T up in here. So what you want to add to it, King T?
I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that pass. That's not my beef.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I know, Professor.
That's not my beef.
Okay, here you go.
I know, Professor. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Small. Okay.
Professor Small. Okay.
So let me respond to the brother real quick before y'all go on. Let me respond to the brother real quick. I got something to say. You know, as far it seemed like you take aim at Professor Small. I seen where you put out the video of him saying, you know, he did to read the division and stuff. Like you, it seemed like you taking. You know what I mean? Like, been rocking with him. I'm saying
we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
And you say he been around. I first saw Nasheed, honestly, myself on hitting the game for me on my journey. I know what it did for you or any of the people. I have never donated to nobody or pledged allegiance to nobody's organization because this journey is mine. You understand journey? But what he brought back then on the grassroots, although information was not, but it was new to some of history. Some of it was new to me at that, and I appreciate what it me back then. Whatever you saying he got going on right now, it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like you reaching, but I'm talking about sir, and Dr. Kaba, man. You know, not because they elders, if they out of pocket, and you took a swipe at Dr. Phil too. You know what I mean? Dr. Phil been out here front line. What he done to you to take us battle, man?
It's the teachings, brother.
Phil, he's trying to unite what's ours.
Brother. If you got two scholars,
hey, you were more. Right? I could say I'm a Christian. Say they can Hebrew. They can say, but we all in the room, right?
Let me say this: if you got two scholars in a room, and a scholar is teaching something that is pseudo, and another scholar says that, listen, man, that ain't right and exact. That ain't right and exact. You follow what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is that once you look back at a lot of that which they were teaching, right and exact. Even today, bro, it's spooky, weird, and you can't find it nowhere in history. Dr. Kaba said that Freemason, the last level of Freemasonry is something of the shining sun. That's a lie. That's a flat out lie. That's a flat out lie. And anybody that's a Mason, I'm not a Mason. But why would he even put that? Bro, you got to mute your mic. Why would anybody tell such a blatant lie? You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody to call them out. In 2010 through 2014, nobody called these people out. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying call them out and disrespect them, but say, Brother Kaba, that's a lie. That's a lie. There is no such thing as no PHREEMA coming from ancient Egypt. That comes from a European. You can't find that in the Medu Neter. Why would you say that? And now you say that because it seems like you are this master teacher. And when you put that thing on the front of your name, master teacher, it commands some sort of respect. But what I'm saying is, okay, master teacher, own up to what you teach. Show me your source, and then let's move on. Period. Let me get my brother. Let me get my brother Kanji up in here real quick. Let him take the floor for a second. Then I'll bring my brother El Sut back in to follow up what he was finished saying. Come on, brother Sizzler.
But like back with because like you didn't finish answering my questions that I asked you, Big T. Did you want to finish it, or did you want me to ask
we can.
else?
I mean, if he gave the mic to you, if you want to ask me a question, I guess you could. Talk is okay if it's okay with him.
I'm good. Yes, sir.
But do you agree? Do you agree with Tariq's statements about Native Africans, people from Caribbean islands, even Africans that are in South America and other places outside of the USA? Do you agree with those statements that he makes?
Like what? What type of statements? He makes a lot of statements. Would it be
such as just being disrespectful to anyone that's not born in the USA? Is what I'm basically asking you.
Got you. So listen. So Tariq has always a countless. Every time he speaks about the brothers from the diaspora, he always talks about the Tether class, the people. He doesn't talk about the brothers and sisters who comes over here, do what they gotta do, and they make their money or whatever. He's talking about a particular specific group of people that's being disrespectful to Black Americans.
Brother, can I cut your wisdom one time?
I agree.
I want to cut your wisdom one time, and then you carry on. I just want to make one sentence. Tariq made many comments about the people that come over here and work hard. He says that they're stealing jobs. That's the European argument.
That's not what he says.
Brother, listen. I have a collection of inflammatory statements against our people of Tariq Nasheed. And he says it many a times that these people, why don't you go home and fix your own country? And he's talking about people here working.
No, he's not. He's talking about a specific group of people being disrespectful.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm telling you, brother, what I'm telling you is Tariq Nasheed speaks to people that come over here and taking jobs from FBA, quote unquote. And that is the Donald Trump sentiment.
No, that's you're incorrect. You are incorrect, brother.
I'm going to show it. Somebody told me to show it. I'm going to do a show.
He always speaks about the people who are being disrespectful. If you notice on his Twitter, when he's doing his calls, they call into him, right? And they're calling up to him, being disrespectful to him.
Can I interject real quick?
Right or wrong. He doesn't call anybody. They call into him.
Can you let me interject real quick?
And they begin to beef with him about his ideology about that. But Tariq always say, he says that I always rock with the people that come over here who rocks with us. But there is a class of them that the class that come over here that talks disrespectfully and blatantly to FBAs. That's what he says. I'm not making this up.
That is not true. There's a lot of times that people will even speak to him directly, not being disrespectful to him at all. And because they disagree with some of the statements that he says about, for instance, I have a lot of family that is from Clarendon, Jamaica. He has said a lot of derogatory statements about the island of Jamaica. He said derogatory statements about Haiti and multiple other countries all around the world. And then we'll even say if you're in the USA, why are you here? Why don't you go back to your homeland or call it a shithole country or some other kind of
when he says that, when he's talking about
let me finish. I didn't try to cut you off.
Okay.
So I'm trying to keep
I'm sorry, but I'm very passionate.
And vice versa.
I'm really passionate.
I understand.
Sorry.
I've seen how you speak before. I'm not getting offended about it in any kind of way. I get you. But it's just that I consistently see this happening with a lot of the people that call themselves FBA. Even that other guy called, I think his name was Anton or something like that, where he he had a different guy from Nigeria on his platform of where a lot of you FBA of you guys that call yourselves FBA will just completely start saying that you all need to die. You guys need to just be deported back to your homeland and all this other kind of mess. But my argument with that also is that with people that are born in the USA that are of African descent, the USA is not your homeland. You were taken and brought here, not out of your own free will. Even still, right now within the USA, say you are still not considered a full human being.
Let me cut in for 1 second, Sizzler, real quick. And this I can just pull it up real quick. But in this conversation right here, a couple of tethers are claiming that FBAs are jealous and mad because they come to America and become successful. And it's because FBAs don't take advantage of all the opportunities like they do. Now, in this conversation, they wasn't being disrespectful. They were saying that it appears that they take advantage of the opportunities in America. And he attacked them. He totally outright attacked them. And we know that this is true, that when you go into any city, you see that people come from other countries and they take advantage of the opportunities that America provides or offer. So just because he wants to create this firestorm of division, you know what I'm saying? He uses any conversation to make his point. And so the point that I'm making is these people was not even being disrespectful when he used this video right here. They wasn't even being disrespectful.
Just because you saying that is being disrespectful.
Listen to what I'm saying. Do people come to this country and take advantage of opportunities? Yes or no?
Yes and no.
That's a true statement.
Yes and no. But
they come here.
We do the same thing. We take advantage whenever opportunity comes to us. We do the same thing to Haka.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you. That is just a conversation. That don't mean somebody is mad. Why would somebody be mad? He's reaching to cause the division is my point.
They're causing the division by breaking up that topic of that.
How is that going to cause division?
This doesn't make any sense because it makes a lot of sense. Because if they wanted to really have a true dialogue, they would have brought in the black.
They're dialoguing with each other, bro.
They dialogue. Where that video was from? Where
they dialoguing with each other, bro.
Okay,
they're not talking. You can find this on the internet everywhere, bro. They got everybody got the right to dialogue, bro. And he go fishing around the internet. He goes fishing.
You don't call it divisive? You don't call it divisive?
No, listen to the context of. Let me let y'all talk. Let me let y'all talk, and I'll play the video.
That's divisive. What they said.
Okay. What did they say? You didn't even hear what they said, brother.
You just told me what they said.
No, I did not. I gave you the context.
You said it was white. You said it was conversating each other, and all three there was.
Hold on. We cut Brother Sizzler off. Let me let.
All right, go ahead.
I don't even know where I'm at. I'm at after the
interjection
now, to be honest with
you.
But like with what that was on, there's nothing wrong. Do you have a problem with people with other Africans coming to the USA and taking advantage of any opportunities that are within here that African Americans are not utilizing? Is there an issue with that?
No, sir.
Then why do you have an issue with the video that Tarka was going to play? Because I believe that's the context of the video. Is just speaking about that.
That's kind of weird.
No, the context of the video is that the brother asked. He asked questions like, "You went to a HBCU, and how many quote unquote African Americans majored in some of the things that the foreigners majored in?" It's a dialogue, brother. And
why
now Tariq
say like that. Why would you say something like that?
You know why? You know why?
No, it's not a dialogue because what you're saying, what you're basically saying.
No, you're not letting me finish, bro. You're not letting me finish. Let me finish. I'm not defending the dialogue. What I'm saying, I want you to hear me. I'm not defending the dialogue. What I'm saying is the dialogue is two people having a conversation, and one says, well, you know, how many African Americans in the college, the HBCU, went in major in, say, medicine, like that. And then the other person say, well, not many. Now, how many foreigners major in medicine? And you say, well, there's a lot. You have Indians, you have, and they go, bro, it's a dialogue, brother.
Brother, that shit ain't, listen.
You don't want to hear dialogue?
So we dialogue.
And now Tariq go and clip it and then say these tethers are mad.
FBA dialogues, FBA dialogues on Twitter, and they get bombarded by, brothers from the diaspora, and they call in and they say the same thing, like, hey, listen, you guys, we've been hearing this for quite too long. We've been hearing this for quite too long about Africans talking mess about FBA, right? We've been hearing this for a long time. So what we're saying is that now we're just protecting we're talking about our own lineage. What's wrong with that? And
bro, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think we're getting off track. I think we're getting off track. The point that I'm making is that when you go on the internet, you can find all sorts of dialogue. Tariq will cherry pick these dialogues to try to underscore his point when these people are not even dialoguing about anything to do with FBA. It's kind of like when the FBAs go and they say we're fighting for reparations. Well, who was there at the reparations? They were FBAs. Well, who represented FBA? They were all FBAs. They were all FBAs. Like, what do you mean they were all FBAs? I'm asking who represented FBA. And so what they do is they superimpose FBA on everybody. And that's the same thing what Tariq does when he finds any dialogue on the internet that underscores his message. He uses that and says, listen, they hate FBA. And it's not true.
Listen. Everybody, so when Tariq dialogue, it's a problem when Tariq do it. That's what you're saying.
No, that's what we're talking about.
So Tariq does the same thing. He's dialoguing and he's talking about let's say that the video that you wanted to play. That video you wanted to play, you said Tariq dialogue. They was up there talking and Tariq pulled that up and started commenting about that video, right? That's what you said?
But they wasn't attacking anybody. Right? That's the lie. That's where the lie is.
He wasn't attacking them either. But he was doing was community. He was like, he was like speaking about what they was talking about, saying where they were wrong at.
This guy crazy. Let me get El Sit in real quick, and we're gonna give it back to Sizzler, man. Come on, El Sit. Your mic.
I'm back. Yeah, I was listening to what y'all was saying and everything, and that honestly, me personally, I did have a problem with that though, like causing like that little division, right? Hold on, let me say what I gotta say. Maybe I'm not the best at articulating words, but I'm pretty sure your people and you understand exactly what I'm saying. Now, it is a fact. Because I live in the urban area and I'm pretty sure many of you do too. It is a fact that when an African, and those are our brothers and sisters, because I am a proponent of that all life come out of Africa. But it is a fact that when the African comes here, he is told to stay away from them people, meaning us, the so-called American Negro. But yet we the most despised and rejected of all people, but they emulate us to every tip of the way, even down to our tattoos and our saggy pants. Everywhere you turn, everybody wants to be the American Negro. But they could get on and they could call us Akatas, cotton pickers, and this and that and this and that. But everybody's swearing they're like, oh, it's just the black people being arrogant. I'm saying the brother probably was throwing little gasoline on the situation. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what the professor was trying to say, like the division, because I am a proponent that all life comes up out of Africa. I don't care. I am even the white boy tell you that all life come up out of Africa. But I do believe. Now, everybody is able to subscribe to their own thought pattern. That's just what I believe. But yet, it's still, again, when they come to this country, they are told by their people and by the people who let them through, Stay away from them people, them black people.
Let me play the angel's advocate for a second. Mute your mic. Let me play the angel advocate, brother. They don't have to be told to stay away from us. The music videos that travel across the country with our women popping their butt out and popping their breasts out, and they got the nasty music videos flying around the country. They don't want their children to be infected by that. I don't want mine either. I get it. Let me finish. No. What the European brother? Let me finish. What I'm saying is that what they receive through the airwaves, they don't get a well-balanced idea of American lifestyle. Many foreigners, if you will, from the African continent, even the islands, they believe that when they come here, they are going to get rich because this is the land. If you work hard, you're going to be good to go. I've known Africans that come here and they work and sleep 2 hours a day, drive a cab, trying to fix up homes and rental homes, go to sleep 2 hours a day and then do it again because they not only believe the stereotypical hype, they also believe the hype that they're going to come over here and get rich. I talked to a brother from Kenya and we was working on houses together. He had got some money and he invested in some houses here in Baltimore. And we were working, he wasn't even here like 2 years, and we was working on some row houses, and I managed his properties. And he seen a homeless European, and he was blown away because what they receive on the airwaves, TV, radio, and everything is the behavior that is the detriment to us and the edifying of Europeans. So you can't blame it on so much of they coming over here and seeing us a certain way because people tell them, no, this music, this culture is part of the blame too. So let's not.
No, it's not.
The culture is part of the blame too, bro. Listen, bro. We got a culture. Brother, we got a culture. We got an internet culture now. We got an internet culture.
Beautiful. We are beautiful. We are beautiful.
We have an internet culture now where if you know what, Corey Holcomb, who is a bona fide comedian, he hears that somebody gets smacked and it becomes a good story. The rappers, they hear somebody get shot. That's the best story on the internet. This travels around the world. So the culture is also to blame. And we acting like the culture don't exist. And you said people telling them something. People ain't, all they got to do is turn on their phone and look at American culture and the algorithms and take them to the nonsense. So stop that, brother.
Taka. They emulate everything we do over there. Everything we do.
That's not true, brother. I don't know, but you need to get out a little bit, bro. Not all of them, bro. Bro, let me say something. Brother, hold on 1 second, Sizzler. 1 second, Sizzler. Brother, the same way you get the videos. Let me finish. The same way they get the imagery of us over here and they think that's the end all be all, that's the same image you're getting. I actually know people on the continent that's a small minority, brother, that's trying to be hip-hop-ish. That's a small minority, brother. But you acting like it's the end all be all. No, bro, you need to get out a little bit, bro. You need to get out. I've seen all the videos in Ghana and Kenya, Nigeria.
They're acting like Black Americans, man. We are the people.
That's a small minority, brother.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. The Black Americans is the model for all.
We're not, brother.
We are privy to the knowledge. We are privy to the. A lot of them don't even have books, man. What are you talking about?
A lot of them don't have books. You believe Europeans. How can you say they don't have books when they are the founder? When North Africa, West Africa is the founder of the first library, brother. Brother, you really talking crazy now.
We talking about 1884 when the
they are the founders of the. Bro, the word paper come out of Africa. What are you talking about?
They divided Africa
calm
in
down.
1888, in 1884. In 1884, they divided Africa. The French, the British, the Spanish, the Italians. They went over in Germany. They went over there and they divided Africa up. And that's not.
Hold up, bro. Let me let him breathe a little bit.
He needs to calm down.
Let me let him breathe. Hold on, brother. Do we realize that the word paper comes out of Africa? Do we realize that the original library comes out of Africa?
I have so many questions for him.
Hold on, King T. I'm bringing you back, brother. But you was just going, brother. You just was going, brother. What up? I just wanted to say this, brother. I'm gonna tell you, brother. Listen to me, brother. Whether people agree with it or not, brother, that is a small minority in African countries that have adopted the hip hop culture and the ratchetness of it. It's a small minority, brother. I listen. Some of
Watch their movies. Watch their movies. Have you watched African movies?
Brother,
the same stories. They doing the same movie stories as they doing over here, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. Let me allow Sizzler and then El Cid.
All right, go ahead.
But brother, trust me. I have true brothers and friends from Africa live here today. And I'm telling you, my experience is not that. You need to get to know. Have you ever gotten to know?
Yes.
We have ignorant people in all groups.
Yes.
But have you ever gotten to know a bona fide African from Ghana, from Nigeria, from
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
And all of your experiences, and all of your experience was they look down on you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I feel sorry for you, brother.
Yes, they do. Listen, bro, I worked in, you know Newark, New Jersey, right? You know Newark, New Jersey, right? Newark, New Jersey. Okay? I used to work for a security company in Newark, New Jersey. I got you, brother. Listen, the Africans are heavy and deep in Newark, New Jersey. Bro, I have worked around them. I have seen them done some real shady things. Okay? I've seen them talk slick about, what they are seeing. And I see them talking slick about the area and what we, so I've heard that I've seen some cool ones and I've seen some bad ones. Okay.
That's the point that I'm making.
Don't tell me what they're not doing, bro.
Bro, I didn't say they're not doing it. I did not say that. Your point, you just made my point. You see some cool ones and you see some bad ones. But if you're telling me 100 out of
what you're saying what you're saying to Uncle is that they're all
I did not say that. I said it's a small minority that underscore the hip hop ratchet culture.
I'm not talking about hip hop. I'm just talking about in general. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about in general, whether it's hip hop or not. There's some really bad ones that come over here and they talk bad about Black Americans.
Let me let Sizzler talk real quick, and then I'm gonna let Elsa. Listen. When it comes to the FBA concept, let me say this, and then I got to get Sizzler. When it comes to the FBA concept, I do believe that we are a unique people here in America. And I do believe that charity starts at home with the problems that we have. But that does not cut my ties with my brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora. And if those throughout the diaspora feel the need that they can assist in this problem financially or even physically, if it's time to get busy with these crazy people one day, then I will take that. For those who want to be out of line and talk crazy and weird, they just stay away from me. And I'm not going to treat it because they're African. No, I'm going to do anybody like that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. I'm not going to paint everybody with a wide brush. That's the European colonized mind. When you paint everybody with a wide brush, you never should paint everybody with a wide brush because some of descent of a few generations apart. That is goofy, that is crazy, and it doesn't make sense. You get with like-minded, like-minded people, and you push forward. period, point blank.
Right.
But the moment that you paint people with
That's
a
what I
wide
said about
brush,
Tariq.
that's a European concept where the dark continent, that means everybody on the continent of Africa is evil. The dark continent. They never met nobody, they never shake nobody's hand. But guess what? The dark continent has enriched the world. So brother, it's a European concept when you paint everybody with a wide brush, brother.
Let me say this.
That's just like people do me with
Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. I said that Tariq always, the tether, that's why he says a tether class. You know what that means? Tether class meaning not everybody. It's not everybody. It's just a class of them.
Brother, I'm going to do a video next week. I'm going to do a video next week about all the quotes.
You listen, Tariq always talk about the tether class. That means it's a specific group of the entire group. So what are you talking about? This painting, this brush, this white supremacy, like, you know, just saying that everybody. No, that's not what he said. I'm standing on that ground. It's like the brother.
I'm going to do a quote show on Tariq next week just for you. But I got to get Sizzler. I got to get Sizzler. I got to get Sizzler, and then I got to get Elsa in.
Okay, my brother. From the way that you're talking, you are completely ignorant about multiple countries all around the world. Nobody around the world is just looking at African Americans and copying every kind of a thing. If you actually leave this country, and you go to Ethiopia, you go to Nigeria, you go to Ghana, you go to Rwanda, you go to South Africa, and even go to Colombia, where I know there's plenty of Africans within Colombia, Brazil, and more. Everyone's is doing their own thing. Yes, they will listen to some of the music and see some of the movies that are coming out of the USA and whatnot, but they still have their whole own thing. Like even like the big giant right
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I can even have you come with me one day. I'm not arguing.
I don't have to go to Africa to see what's going on. My TV is my Africa. I see exactly what's going on. Black America is over there. Black America is over there. When they go over there, we are pretty much when we go over there, we respect it. Many of them respect it, and many of us they don't like us. And then a lot of us come home and we talk about it. But when they come over here, we don't go over there wagging our fingers. Talking about how these people are living.
My brother.
Listen what I'm saying, brother. That's in every culture, though. That's just not Africa. Listen to me. I used to have a janitorial business, right? And I used to hire a lot of Mexicans, right? I used to hire a lot of Mexicans because I was in the beginning stages of starting a business. You know what I'm saying? And they had just came to Baltimore real heavy, and you know what I'm saying. And I had worked with some job at the Mexican, and we would go out to lunch, but we would go down to their area, what they call it, I forget what they call it, South Baltimore. We used to go down to their area, on Broadway. We used to go down to their area to have lunch, and I'm the only brother right there. I'm treating them to lunch. And they would look at me like I'm crazy. Even the homeless Mexican, because they have homeless, they would look at me like I'm crazy. They'd be so mad. But that happens in every culture because the European psychology is to divide and conquer. And so this is the same thing that's happening with us. In every culture, the European has put his seed of division in. That people, you're gonna have that in every group, but that is not the whole group.
Bro, you being disingenuous. Up until 1965, and I would say up to 1990, right? We have seen the immigration of Africans started. Well, immigration period started after 1965.
Where are you getting your data from?
The influx, at 1965, and that's when the high flux of immigrants started.
Where are you getting your data from, brother?
This is the data is just facts.
No, brother. Listen, this is a show and proof. Where are you getting this from?
So, I say the immigrants. When I mean immigrants, I'm talking about non-whites.
I mean, where are you getting your data? I'm asking. Where's your source?
So, historically, I am correct.
What are you talking about?
Hey, brother, listen to
I'm talking about 1965.
No, because even when you talk about people of African descent that are coming from other countries into the USA,
I'm talking about.
It's not even 10%. It's not.
I said diaspora.
Even at best, you're talking about 5%.
What are you talking about? 5%, 10%? I didn't say anything about 10.
Oh, let me get.
I'm telling
Let me
you.
get.
Come on, man.
Let
Come on, you
me
playing
get
games,
El.
man.
No, El Sip raised
You
this
playing
hand.
games, man. You playing
I
games.
love you, Big D. You my
No,
brother.
we over here building, right? No, we over here. You telling the people that's over here that we gotta look out, that we over here waving our finger at the immigrants, that we're picking on them. No, you're coming
No,
into
that's not
our
what I'm
country.
saying. That's not what
You
I'm
coming
saying.
into
I
our
don't want
country.
you to mix my message up.
But that's what you've been doing to me the whole
No,
time.
don't mix my
They come in
message
our
up.
country.
What I'm saying is we have
That's not what
business.
you're saying.
We have business to handle here, and we cannot afford to project or
So
even.
We're responding to what they're saying when they're coming over here, not to what we're going over there doing. We're not doing anything to them. They're
brother,
coming over
listen.
here, wagging their hands, wagging their fingers, and telling us what we're not doing. That was the whole
Who
basis of
told
this
you
whole
that?
conversation.
Who told you that?
I'm a 50-year-old man. What do you mean who told me that? I'm not a child.
No,
I don't need nobody fucking tell me. I'm telling you what it is. I'm a 50-year-old man.
Waving their finger at you, saying, doing this and that, telling that you have to do
you guys
telling you
sound
what to
foolish
do.
up here. Sit up here. You guys up here sound foolish up here talking about what they're blaming the Black Americans who are the descendants of slaves of this country who built this country from 1492 on to where we are today. So what are you talking about? You're up here protecting Africans who are coming over here disrespecting us.
Let me let El
Listen,
Sip come in.
I'm over here. I'm in Newark, New Jersey, so I second what he say about the Nigerian population. I'm living right now in the streets of Newark, New Jersey, and I'm telling you for sure that they look down on us. I'm telling you for sure. This is a matter of fact. I got a young boy that live across the street from me. Across the street from me. He's from the Congo, and that's in like the middle of Africa. And he said his father always say to him, "Those your people over there," talking about the brothers and sisters on the corner. Okay, he from the Congo. He ain't but 32 years old.
They know what they talking
Okay, so
about, bro.
I can back up what this brother is saying about them looking down on us. But it is our blood, sweat, and tears.
El Sip, real quick. In certain environments in this country, you are going to have groups of people.
That's not what you said, bro. That's not what you said, man.
Do real quick because I want El Sip to flow. In certain environments, right? Say if the environment is, for example, and I'm not making an excuse for anybody because I just want you to understand. Say in certain environment, if poverty is real heavy, and someone comes from Africa, and what we call poverty is actually living comfortably, and they come from Africa from less than reasonable means to survive, and they come here, and then they come into your community, and they like, what? They really got this and they got that? Back home, I had to actually go and pump water. Back home, I had to sew my sandals together.
That's not our problem.
Let me finish, brother. You gotta let me finish. So no, I'm trying to give understanding. So when you put one in that type of position right there, you're going to get them in the state of mind to say, man, I don't want my children to adopt that way. And it's human nature to see something. It's just like if you lived in a community, right? Say if you lived in the LGBT community, right? Do you turn a blind eye to the parties? Do you turn a blind eye to, because they got LGBT communities now, 4 LGBT communities? Do you turn a blind eye, or do you tell your children, like, if that's not the lifestyle you want them to be involved in, you are going to instruct your children not to participate in that? So being the angel's advocate, if they move into a situation like that and they see someone is not taking advantage of the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're going to have those type of sentiments. But now let me tell you this. Let me give you the flip side of that. You take people that come over here that have saved some money a little bit, right? They save some money a little bit. They got a little jump start. They have people over here that have a jump start, like a community we have out here in Catonsville. You feel me? A community we have up here in Reisterstown. That's a whole different type of African. That's a whole different type of African. They own the U-Haul spot. If you go to the U-Haul spot, hey, brother, they got a church down the street. Hey, brother, come join us. It's a different, it's a whole different thing because let me tell you, it's levels to it. This is why I say it's not good that we paint everything with a broad brush. It becomes your experience.
Okay, can I say something? In all honesty, you just said that they're coming from a place that high crime.
No, brother, I'm just giving an example. It's just an example. It's not.
I got you. Listen, I got you. They're coming from a impoverished place, and they come into a new place that is so-called impoverished.
Look, somebody in here from Catonsville. Look, somebody said Winters Lane, Catonsville. That's a different type of African. They don't do that stuff. They different
what are you
type.
Talking about?
No, somebody from Baltimore in here. Somebody from Baltimore that know what I'm talking about.
All right, so listen.
They mind most of them mind their business for real.
Hey, brother Bay, man, I got to get ready to get out of here, man.
Man, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Can we do this again?
Yo, anytime, man. I really would like to. I'm gonna make sure I got some better equipment, but I really would like to get back and build with you again, man. I really didn't get, I'm gonna email you, man. I know maybe I didn't articulate it the right way,
good, bro.
But I got something more to say. Some more things to say,
bro. I love you. You my brother. I don't know you, but I know your energy is genuine. I'm echoing a little bit. I want to finish what I got to say. Just mute, then I'm gonna let you close out. But I love you, bro. I know your energy is genuine. I know it is because that's how I felt about elders. If somebody came at the elders and I thought that they were attacking the elders, I felt like that about Moorish elders because Moorish elders sometimes they taught in such a way that wasn't as keeping up with the times, and the Moors would go crazy on them. Sinetta would go crazy on them. And that's what got me on YouTube in the first place, defending elders in the Moorish community that didn't keep up with the times, but they was disrespecting, calling them stupid, dumb, ignorant, retarded, and all sorts of names. And so that's actually what motivated me to create a YouTube channel. So I understand perfectly, brother. I really appreciate you, bro. I'm looking forward to we can really get busy on this.
No doubt, man. I'm gonna definitely email you. And the last thing I want to say is, for the record, Tariq Nasheed did not invent that word Akata. They actually regurgitating that word from the movie Sugar Hill when Romello and his brother was arguing with the Africans in the movie scene in the movie Sugar Hill. So they just really regurgitating that word. So as far as that go, but no, the division, I'm not with that. Those are our brothers and sisters. But I'm telling you this, that these people look down on us. I'm telling you, they look down on us. And they in our community, though. They in our community. If it's so bad over here, what you come over here for then?
I need to tell you something about
we in the community that they can afford. That's it.
But GS, man, I got to get out of here, man. I got to go, man.
All right,
I'm serious, man. Yo, man, maybe we can link up and do it again, man.
Yes, sir. We will.
Peace to the brothers. Was what I'm putting on for my city, man. I'm live from Newark, New Jersey, and I'm a representative of the streets, and I'm a representative of the truth. I'm on the middle path, and that's it. Straight like that, yo. 100, man. I'll get with y'all later, yo.
All right. That's right.
Yeah. So let me say this. The energy of my brother is real. I actually understand. I understand his sentiments because I seen both sides of the coin. I seen people that come from the diaspora or from the islands or Haiti and stuff like that, and they're forced to live because they live where they can afford, and they look at where they can afford. Hold up, brother. They look at where they can afford, and they look at us as not taking advantage of the things that could really. I'm giving you a mentality, brother. I'm not giving you an excuse.
No,
I'm giving you a mentality, brother.
I got you.
Listen, but what I'm telling you, but there is another side where you have a group that don't come over here and they're forced to live in those conditions. Let me tell you something.
About that. That's not what I'm arguing
Let me tell you
about.
something, brother. It's a friend of mine. It's a friend of mine from Ghana. I've known him for probably about 10 couple of years. He came over here. He started a driving school, right? He started a driving school. He met me because he seen one of my flyers. Bro, we've been friends for over 10, 15 years. He would not hire no European. I remodeled his driving school for him. Anybody, I'm going to say this. Anybody, I know people that got home from prison doing 20 and 30 years that couldn't read and write. They're driving cars. Let me say this, brother. His sister has like a bed and breakfast. He said, brother, when you're ready to go to Africa, you just let me know. I'm sitting up there. This is the type of friend he is. Right now, I do work. You know what I mean? Sometimes I help do work at his house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brother, when I'm ready to go to his house, you know what happens? He don't even be there. Let me know when you're there, and he hit the alarm on the door, and I walk in and do his house. What I'm telling you is that it's different types of people. There's different types of people, brother. Stop painting with a wide brush, bro. You're missing out on culture.
You put words in my mouth. You putting words in my mouth. Again, Tariq is only talking about the tether class. So I have to keep saying that. I said the tether class, not the entire brothers. I keep saying that. I'm not talking about the entire. You're painting this brush. You're charging me.
But you said they all. You said this. What you said. All right. So now what you're gonna have to do. No, but now you're gonna have to. So somebody say one example. Unfortunately for you, I have tons of examples. I've been in business for over 15 years in a multicultural community. I have tons of. I got examples with Pakistanians.
I have history with them.
I'm saying, no, I'm talking to the crowd. Listen,
we got a whole bunch of foreigners over here.
Listen to me. I'm talking to the chat. The chat said that was one example. No, I have hundreds of examples because I've worked in a community in Catons. I lived in an area called Catonsville, and I've been all throughout this city working on properties. And it seems to me that your experience with our brothers and sisters from around the globe is it's in a vacuum. It's in a vacuum,
bro.
Because I've seen both sides,
bro. Listen, I've seen both sides too. See, what you're doing, you compartmentalize. You're saying only you. I'm 50 years old. I keep saying that. I'm from Jersey, the Jersey, New York area, the metropolitan area, where it's heavy. So I've been around them all, bro. I've seen them all. From all groups, I've been around, and I get along with all of them. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, let's get back to what we're talking about.
Tariq called all immigrants tethers.
No, he does not. That's a lie. That's why I'm getting pissed off. That's why I'm getting pissed off at, because they're lying, and you guys are lying. You're not telling the truth. Are we going to speak truth or what? Don't say that. I've been watching the brother. You've been watching the brother, and I'm telling you, the brother do not talk about the entire African brother from the diaspora. He's not talking about the whole diaspora. He's talking about a tether class.
Brother, he's called me a tether before.
Well, why did he call you a tether?
Because I was disagreeing.
See, there it is.
Everybody, yo, are you a tether?
Call me a king tether if you freaking want to. I don't give a damn. Right. Okay, but because I disagreed with him on a point of when he was being disrespectful towards Jamaica.
This is petty. He called me a tether.
I didn't insult him in any kind of a way. So if you think I insulted him, I didn't. I don't do that. I don't insult people once. As soon as somebody starts insulting me, only thing I'll hit you with is more knowledge and intelligence. That's all I hit you with. And after that,
I haven't heard him yet. I haven't heard any intelligence yet.
You see? Okay. That's that disrespectful to Tariq means.
Do you know what Akata means? Who came up with the word Akata?
Not Tariq.
I didn't say Tariq did. I'm asking you.
Came from a movie.
It did not come from a movie. Who created it?
Well, they did. The tether class did. Some of the brothers that's over there in Africa. The brothers over there. Some of the brothers in Africa came up with that term.
I'm asking you who exactly did. What specific tribe created the word Akata, and what does it mean?
I believe it's the Nigerians.
What tribe came up with the word Akata? Because it's only one people that use that word in Africa, my brother.
Tribe.
There's only one people in Africa that uses that word. And it doesn't even mean African Americans. Who created the word? Because if you know the language, you would know who created the word. Who created it? Are you? Okay.
You gotta.
Okay. What?
But you know the crazy thing is, let me say this. Let me say this. I'm not defending disrespectful foreigners, brothers and sisters from the diaspora. I think we should deal with disrespect on the individual basis. Period. Point blank. Yes. That's how you deal with disrespect. You don't deal with disrespect.
You don't just put it on a blanket term for everybody.
You deal with disrespect on if you go to the store, and just say a Pakistani or an Arab disrespect you, we deal with that Arab. You know, man, that's crazy, man. There you go.
I'm back. There
go the Akata.
I'm back, brother. Yeah. Oh. Yo, Ty, what's up, bro?
Nah, I'm about to be educated on the term myself. You know what I mean? He asked you, right. Where did it come from, King T?
So we gonna play games now?
I'm not playing games.
We're asking you.
So we all know where it comes from. We all know where it came from. What continent? We came from the continent of Africa. It came from the Nigerians, class. It came from the Nigerians. I don't know what tribe, but it came from the Nigerians.
Brother,
there's no more tribes really no more, man.
No,
there's no more tribes no more. There's just states over there.
Let me speak. Do you know how many people are even within Nigeria alone? Because there's millions of people in Nigeria. No, hold up.
Bro. We're not playing no games, bro. We're not playing no games, man.
I'm trying to teach you something. I'm trying to teach you something, man.
You're not teaching me nothing, bro. You ain't teaching me nothing. You just being what you're doing right now. You're just babbling.
I'm not.
I'm trying to
get you to answer a question.
Get him, Sizzler. Get him.
Next question.
I'm trying to get you to answer a question, man, because you don't know how many different tribes are within Nigeria. And then I was trying to tell. I was trying to tell you who created it. The Yorubas created the word Akata. The only people that use that word are Yorubas. Nobody else.
It's true and it's offensive. I don't care who.
No, it's not. Do you want to know what it means? Do you want me to tell you what it means?
It's a derogatory term.
No, it is not. It's not. Do you want to know what it means?
No, I don't. Because now you're being silly.
Now you're being ignorant because you don't want to know what it really means. Because all you're thinking is that it's about African Americans.
You've been a goofball. Next question.
Akata has existed before the USA was even created. Okay, before any European stepped into the USA or into the Caribbean. Akata just means that it is someone that is being a fool who is going out of the culture and being ignorant. That's what Akata means.
That's a derogatory term. Ignorant.
It's not.
Right? You just said a fool. You calling somebody
who is acting a fool.
Term. So that's a derogatory term to a group of people who you don't know. It's a derogatory term. Next. Go ahead, bro.
Let me. I'm gonna put the link out before we wrap up. I'm gonna let my brother Firearms and Music want to come in. But brother, listen. You talking about calling somebody a fool is a derogatory term. Tariq call people N-words all day long, brother. Stop it.
Come on, man. But we talking about each other. We talking. No.
Tariq get mad and call you an N-word.
So that's what we all do. We all do.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it that somebody calling somebody a fool is more of a detriment than one calling somebody an N-word? It's not. Come on, brother.
Because like you said, okay. Now you know the answer to that. Like you said earlier, that they come from a place where they don't have no running water. Right, they gotta walk for miles.
Not everybody, bro. I said some.
Well, we all know what we're
talking about. No, you still watching Tarzan, bro.
I'm just telling what you said. This is what you said.
That was an example, brother. That wasn't only.
I'm giving you an example, and I'm giving you an example.
Give me an example. So don't make that the reality, because that was an example of what possibly could have been happening with the mentality that was built where they're angry.
Okay, let me say what you said. You said that they come from an area. Many of them come from an area
Bro, it was
that
an
they
example.
don't.
I didn't say.
Right? No, listen to what I'm saying. Like, take this with it. They come from an area where they don't have anything, but they come to the U.S. to get something, to gain something.
I didn't say
And
that.
then
I said they see us not
this is
taking
my
advantage
problem.
of
This
us
is my
of
problem. Hold on,
things.
listen. So no, that's not there. Who is there? Who are them? First of all, they don't know our history. That's number one. They don't know the history or respect the history enough to know to shut the hell up. And many of them that come over here, that the teleclass, because many of them don't do that. Many of the brothers and sisters that come here, a lot of them don't do that. They come in, they do what they got to do. They make friends and they handle their business. But we're talking about the teleclass that come over here when they don't have nothing
and disagree
and they come
with you.
And pointing fingers at about who's working, who's not working, who's lazy. Come on, bro. You don't do nothing like we don't do that.
Right, hold
you don't do that.
Brother, let me tell you something.
We ain't playing that
back
game,
in
bro.
back in the 80s. Hold up, stop for a minute. Stop for a second. Back in the 80s, in the 90s, we had plenty of jokes about Africans driving cabs stinking with no deodorant. Stop it, brother. Stop it. We didn't see anybody make a whole fuss over it was a known thing that in our community we thought that Africans stunk, didn't use deodorant, on and on and on. But you never see a whole stop, brother. You gotta stop for a minute. But you never seen a campaign saying that, oh, you saying we don't use deodorant. You never seen it. Only us will take some minute thing and blow it up and make it our reality to keep us divided with the diaspora. That's
there's no division but what you're saying.
We got firearms and music. No, let me stop. No, you're right. I don't know which side of the conversation my big brother firearms and music is on, but he's here and let's just talk. I know he's going to be respectful because I've seen him in the chat many a times. So let's hear what he had to say.
What's going on, Grand Sheik? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, brother.
All right. Well, I wanted to share my story, man, about Nigeria, man. I went to Nigeria in 2005. I used to work in a residential treatment facility with kids, and I live in Indianapolis. So we got a real big Nigerian community here, and a lot of them do that kind of work with kids, work with people with developmental disabilities and such. So I befriended a couple of the African brothers, Nigerian brothers at the job, and they invited a whole bunch of us from the job to come over for Christmas and New Year's. And I was the only one brave enough to go. Everybody else, I ain't flying, I ain't doing this. We are. So I went over there. I got there a day after Christmas.
Did you get into Lagos?
Yeah, I flew from Indianapolis to Detroit to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam straight to Lagos. Okay, so I got to Lagos, and one of the guys that I went over there with, he had a vehicle he had sent over there already. You know, they always send vehicles and stuff. So we had to spend the night at Lagos. As soon as we get out of the airport, we walk out to the front of the airport, get our luggage, and walk out to the front of the airport. There's some Nigerian brothers standing outside the airport. One of the first words I heard, you know what it was?
Akata.
Akata, my brother, Akata. Then the dude that was calling me that, you know, I'm back then I ain't had knowledge of self, you know, nowhere near the knowledge I have now. He had a pen, like a button, and he pinned it on my shirt. It was American flag. So we were standing out waiting for our ride to go to where we were staying at in Lagos that night. So, you know, I'm a street dude. So I figured I was like, damn, you got this pin on us. Everybody start coming and trying to ask questions, you know, this and that.
He put
trying
a spotlight.
He put a spotlight on me. So our driver came. We went to the hotel, stayed in the hotel, and the place where we were staying at is in Ondo State, and it's a town called Ila-Oluji. So it was about a 3-hour drive from Lagos to Ila-Oluji. So we got to Eli Luigi, you know, it was Christmas time. So we got there, it was midday, big festivals and stuff, everybody out in the streets partying and doing their thing. And one of my guys that I work with, he was already over there. He had gotten married. So they was celebrating that. So we pulled up to where their festivities were going on at. I hopped out the truck, and all the Nigerian people came over, and America, America. He's from America. I'm just standing there, you know, greeting everybody. My buddy introduced me to his mother, and she danced for me. They had the talking drum, all kind of you know, African drums and everything. And they all came over to me and was playing for me and welcoming me. Little young brothers came. They had these little fans hooked up with batteries, and they was just standing by me, fanning me, you know. But I kept hearing Akata. I kept hearing Akata. So we went around the town. My buddy showing me everybody. The king of Eli Luigi came down and greeted me, and they had me drinking some stuff called palm wine. I had exchanged some money for Naira. That's the Nigerian currency. And one of the traditions in Nigeria is when people are dancing or whatever and they playing the drums, they do what you call, you pin money on people. So basically, like how we make it rain, they do the same thing, but just pin the money. So you put it on their forehead. Just take money and put it on their forehead, right? So we doing all this and we doing that. And to make a long story short, I had a really, really good time, a really good experience. They took me and showed me some historical stuff. They showed me one town, it was like a mountain. It had stairs on it. We climbed up the mountain, and the white man had took some of the people from this village and took them into slavery. So I got, you know,
brother, let me ask you real quick. I want to cut your wisdom for a second. Did you feel offended when they was using the term of Akata, or was it a term of endearment at that time? Not your now. At that moment, how was it? What was it? Because you say you didn't have knowledge of self at that time. At that time, did it feel like a term of endearment?
I don't know, Grand Sheik. I don't know, because
let me show you something, because you said that, and I was like, you know, it seems to me they were using it as a term of endearment. So I did a quick search, because that's what it felt like when you was telling the story. I thought it was going to go left, you know what I'm saying? But when you was telling the story, I just did a quick search, and it says India addresses Akata, a West African term for black Americans. It says the term Akata in West African term for black American. The term Akata is a West African term for black American. It is generally considered derogatory, a slur. In fact, Oko Arafor uses the work in the titles of books in Sibi, something serious, Akata witch, Akata warrior, and more recently Akata woman. She recently guest on the New Yorkers Radio Hour, a show hosted by Ben. But it says right here, it said, first I want to address the word Akata. Akata is a terrible word, Chuckles. It's a terrible word. It's a horrible word. The thing is, when you talk to some Nigerians, they will be like, oh no, it's a neutral word. It just describes black Americans, and it's fine. Anyone who has been called the term and fits into the category of the definition knows it's not a nice word. So what I'm reading here, and I don't want to read the whole thing.
I've read that, Grand Sheik. I read that article.
It appears to be in
Let me tell you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to say that it appears to be in this article that there is two understandings of this word. Some people consider it like, oh, it's just referring to African Americans, and some.
Let me tell you what. When I asked them what Akata mean, when I asked my buddies,
that's
when I was over there, I said,
I don't know. I don't know.
Why they keep calling me Akata?
I don't know. So I'm just.
I said, what does Akata mean? The first time I asked him, he wouldn't answer me. He just laughed. I said, you ain't gonna tell me what it mean? Isn't it? We call him Debo. I said, Debo, you ain't gonna tell me what that mean? He said, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So they kept calling me it again. So later on, we got back to the room. I said, man, why everybody keep calling me Akata? What's that mean? He said, Akata means wild animal with no home. I said, wow. I said, wild animal with no home.
Wow.
He said, yeah. He said,
Yep.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm having a good time enjoying my experience. So
Mm-hmm.
pushing forward from that,
Mm-hmm.
we get back to the job, and there's a whole lot of Nigerian brothers and sisters that work there, and I kick it with them. I'm helping them do things and helping them get resources. JT, I need a MacBook. All right, let me call my boy. JT, I need an iPhone. I was the man. You know what I mean, on that type of stuff. Who they would come to, to help them get things that they couldn't get. So I started hearing Akata at work. So I'd be in the break room, and this one Nigerian lady came to the break room. She had got into it with a sister, and she's talking in her language. Most of the people there that I work with and that I knew was Yoruba, and she blah 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 talking in her language. Akata this, Akata. I said, hey, don't say that. I said, please don't say that. Oh, JT, I'm just tired of these women, JT. The women, they don't know how to show respect. I said, but yeah, I know what Akata means. I said, you forget, I've been to Eli Illusion. And she got quiet. All the Nigerians got quiet when I said that.
Right.
You
That is
understand what I'm
so
saying?
crazy. But
So that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking. Just like the
but no,
brother
hold
said.
up,
The brother,
brother.
the brother
You see
said,
how
the
he
brother,
just dealt with that though? You see how he
brother
dealt with
said,
that?
Brother Soot back me up as well. Soot said the same thing. And when in our area, they're hostile. I don't know about in Baltimore where you are or where you are, the brother.
But
I'm
listen to
telling you,
what listen
where
to
we
this
are,
though.
they are
Listen to the
hostile.
knowledge
And
though.
now, hold on. Now listen, not all of them. Not all.
No, I'm digging the stories from my brother Firearm because it seems like they're treating him like a king one minute, but calling him a Akata the next minute. It's like a contradiction moving. You know what I mean? So this is
Let me tell you what it is. This happened in 2005. So
how did you rationalize that in your mind as you break it down? How did you and then I'm gonna get Sizzler to speak on it. How did you rationalize that in your mind? They treating you, they greeting you as you coming back home with drums and with fans and but they calling you a kata, a stray animal, whatever. But they're treating you hospitable. Like how did you? But say what you was going to say at first. How did you wrap your mind around that?
the way looking at it then, I felt kind of like, wow, I'm coming back to Africa with my people and this and that. But as I got knowledge itself and as I grew older and I started dealing more with people, because it's a real big community over here in Indianapolis of Nigerians. And I know, from all the tribes, from the Igbos to the Yorubas to, all of them. And looking, even when I was there, I could tell they was trying to get something from me.
Somebody said that in the chat too. Somebody said because let me see if I can put it in there. Somebody said because they want something from you. Duh. Okay. That's what somebody said in the chat.
Whoever said that in the chat, that's kind of the feeling I was getting. And but to the brother from New Jersey,
yes, sir.
If we get the same thing here in our community, they seem like they come over like they better than us. And I'm a pretty cordial dude. I'm a music producer. I'm kind of well known in the city. You know what I'm saying? And I do things in the community.
You didn't send me no beats, did you? Let me check my email.
Hey, I seen you some beats now. I see you, son. You got some fire though. I see you. And
go ahead, brother. I'm waiting for them beats, but yeah. Hold up, sidebar, brother. Really, somebody else sent me some beats. I'm working on some stuff now. Come on, brother. Help me out with my summer songs, brother.
Okay.
You know I'm pumped up, bro. You know I can't have no laid back new generation weed smoking stuff. Everybody, man, I need to get you.
I got
you. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So basically, in a
get some Afro beats. Get some Afro beats, man.
Man, I'm originally from Atlanta, man. So
I
that's
like
kind
hood,
of my
man.
sound.
I like. Man, my favorite rapper growing up was Coogee Rap, man. Go figure.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But
So
I wanted to like you said, I wanted you to catch that before Sizzler respond.
mhm.
And you felt like they was trying to get something from you.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt, you know, when I was over. But even dealing with some of the Nigerians that's over here, and I can only speak on Nigerians. I really don't mess around, you know, not around other too many cultures, because Nigeria and I said the Arabs and the Mexicans, they're the biggest cultures over here. But Nigerians, when they come over here, from what I hear, even one of the brothers that I was over there with said that when they go, how they get to Indianapolis, they win a lottery, some kind of lottery system. Y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah, there is a
Yeah, I
lottery
heard of it.
system.
Yeah.
I heard of it.
So
Yeah.
that's how most of them get over to my area. And they said when they go to the embassy, that the Europeans in the embassy tell them, when you go to America, don't associate with the brothers and sisters over there. Don't do business with them. Several of them have told me this.
And I can believe that too, bro.
That they are
I wouldn't be
told.
surprised about that. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
you know what I'm
Europeans.
saying?
That's
Right, right.
Oh my
And they,
God, man.
and
no, they're
so
Europeans at the embassy, brother.
Oh,
That's why I say I can
yeah,
see that.
yeah. They are
bro, that's
told
what they
that.
do. That's what
Yeah,
they
and
do.
so when they do get over here, my girl just pulled up. Hold on, I'm live on YouTube. I'll be in a minute. And so when they come over here, they already had this thought about us. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying that to say this, Grand Sheik, that the ones that's over here where I'm at, are very similar to the brother in New Jersey. They real arrogant. Um, they come off as like they better than us. Um, Disrespectful. Like, for instance, I was at the car wash and I'm talking to a dude about my car. They washed my car and my car was still dirty. So I'm talking to the dude. So a Nigerian brother comes and stands in front of me while I'm talking to this other brother about them getting my car straight, and start talking about his car. Like, it's no regard. Like, we ain't nothing. Move
Right.
out of the way, Akata.
Now
You're
now
nothing.
that's
Get
just
out of here.
disrespectful.
Get out of
That
here.
no.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how we
disrespectful.
treat it.
Yeah.
That's how they all, the women treat us. They the same way. They
Oh
be
yeah.
talking
Oh yeah.
that stuff
They worse. They
about
worse.
our women.
Yeah. Yeah. They worse.
And our women keep going, getting their hair braided by them.
By them. Yeah.
But
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
but you
Yeah.
see,
what y'all are talking about, Grand Sheik. I'm about to land. What y'all two brothers are to you, Grand Sheik, and the brother next to you with the glasses on, man. Y'all tripping, man. They don't like us.
listen,
They don't like us.
bro.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring.
I rest my case.
Listen to me.
I
Listen
rest
to me.
my case.
Listen to me. I'm gonna bring a few that I've dealt with over the years. I can only give my experience, but the point that I'm making is, one of the points that I make about Tariq Nasheed is, we spend a lot of energy looking for that type of division and trying to underscore a point of FBA when that is not going to get us anywhere. Painting all African people with a wide brush is not going to get it, because that's not my experience. That's not my experience.
I gotta stop
it becomes talking points for YouTube and Twitter Spaces. But in real life, let me finish. In real life, Tariq lived in a community where he's only 7%. Tariq lives in a community where the only tethers there is his the community guy, the John Lee. That's it. So what I'm saying is, he doesn't even have your experience.
But he accomplished that by his hard work. He doesn't come from that. He doesn't come from that lineage. He didn't come from that lineage.
Where does he come from?
When he went to LA, he was homeless. The brother was homeless. He told me the story.
Brother, he was 17 years old. Any person that leaves Alabama at 17 to go to California most likely going to be homeless. That's not unique. He was a runaway.
The brother made something out of himself. The brother made something out of himself. And you up here attacking the brother based on that? Come on, man.
No. That's not what I'm saying, brother. I'm giving examples. What I'm saying is, my experience is that when the European colonized Africa, when the European enslaved us, one of the main tools to maintain a hold was to pit each other against one another. You're going to have ignorant people in all nationalities. You are. But if we want to pull ourselves up, we have to put less attention on that. If they want to do that in their community, then let them do that. Why, as my brother said, why the sister go in there and get their hair braided? They know they're being disrespectful. That's our fault at that point. That's not their fault. That's our fault at that point. We got to take responsibility. If a person disrespect you and you go right there, let me tell you something. If a person disrespect you and you're going to pay $300 to $400 for some micro braids because you like how they do it, that ain't their fault. That's your fault.
That's not the beef. The beef is that the Tether class that come over here that points and wags their finger and says how you Akatas, you're cotton pickers, you're wild bulls. That's not cool, bro. That's every group. All we doing is simplifying. All we doing is speaking up for ourselves.
No, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. What I'm saying, no, you're compartmentalizing. You're compartmentalizing because you got Italians that come over here and do the same thing as it relates to us. You have all sorts of Caribbeans that come over here and do the same thing to us. You know what I'm saying? I remember in the 80s when the dope game, when the crack game was high and mighty. You know what I mean? The Jamaicans were known to come in the inner city and they would lay the whole block down to take the whole block. You feel what I'm saying? And so everybody has preyed on us. So that's not neither here or there. The point that I'm making is we spend more time to try to focus on outside of us. We say FBA, you say FBA, but we're focusing on. Bro,
that's going to happen when you start protecting yourself. When you start standing up for yourself.
That's not standing up. A Twitter space is not standing up.
I'm not Akata. I'm not Akata. I'm a Black American. Okay, I'm a hardworking Black American. Okay, so I'm not Akata. So I'm sticking up for myself. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So that's all as a collectively. That's what we all doing.
Bro, do you know this? Let me ask you a question. Do you know? Listen to me. You said you're not an Akata. You're a Black American. Do you know that one time you were never referred to as Black anything?
Yes, yo, Black. Yes, we was called Black niggers and
no. What I'm saying is you have accepted that. You have accepted that, but you don't address that. You don't address that.
We've been doing it for 400 years.
You just said you're a Black American. There was a time that your ancestors never used that adjective to describe you as being a noun.
What about it? What about that?
Brother, you accept one thing that comes from history that's derogatory, but now you won't accept. Now you won't accept. Do you want to be in a country?
I'm telling you what FBA is.
I love firearms. Firearms as a real experience. I think what you're doing is you're experiencing life through Tariq Nasheed.
Okay. All right.
Firearms as a real experience. Let me that Sizzler. I want to hear what Sizzler has to say about firearms.
Everybody's been agreeing with me. Remember that. Mostly everybody on the show has been agreeing with Big T. Okay.
Big T the man tonight. Let me get Big T is the man tonight. Let me get my brother Sizzler in here because I want Sizzler to speak to what my brother Firearms and Music said. And let me tell you something. We all have different experiences. This is why when one would address Tariq and he begins to cuss them out, he begins to belittle them, that is not cool for any conversation because we all have experiences and we all should be questioned either on our knowledge, our experience, or whatever we expressing on these airwaves. And we should do it in a respectful way. So let me see what Sizzler has to say about firearms and music. He got guns and beats. How about that?
Okay. With that.
Be careful, Sizzler. He gonna hit you up and then play Tupac. I hit him up at the waist.
I don't have an issue with anything that he said, even with the portion of which that you said about being a wild animal. That is partially true about the word as well. The Yorubas that I'm more familiar with are the ones that are all the way in in Yoruba land, which is all the way up north of Lagos, and Oyo State, which is where I'm more familiar with. I'm familiar with Lagos, Ogun State, Oshun, and Oyo. And then when I was there, I was never called an Akata. I had heard many of them even calling a lot of the children Akata because they were acting a damn fool at different times, doing things that they had no business doing. Those are the times that I heard those Yorubas say it. Even the ones that I know in Lagos State, they were using it in that way as well. And I did not hear anybody call me an Akata. So that's why I'm just saying from
what year did you go? What year
this
did
was
you go?
About 4 years ago. Well, that was 4 years ago was the first time I went to Nigeria. I actually went back to Nigeria last year also. I went 2 times last year.
And where did you go last year?
In Lagos and Oyo State. Lagos State and Oyo State.
All right, that was up.
But the first African nation I ever went to was Ethiopia. I went to Addis Ababa, and then I went to Gondar.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
which in all honesty, I loved Ethiopia. I liked Ethiopia more. And even when I went to Ethiopia, everyone was speaking to me in Amharic because everyone believes that I am Ethiopian. Because I look like a lot of the people there. Even with Taharka Bey, he may be considered an Ethiopian. If he ever went to Ethiopia, and they would probably speak to him in the language as well. Because he looks.
They better not call me no Akata.
Because dude look like the old Ethiopian.
They better not call me no Akata. Because I'm gonna tell firearms pass the burner.
Nobody even says that word in Ethiopia.
No. My thing is this. I don't want. Every time I play the angel's advocate to a conversation, people think I'm endorsing something. What I'm saying is that we need to put more focus on our situation. These dramatized experiences that Tariq underscore and that anybody on the internet underscore. This is new with FBA. We've never seen this before. This is all new with FBA, where we put so much focus on other groups of people other than the mastermind of all of this madness, which is this no good, corrupt European. And I mean the corrupt one. He is the mastermind of all this. These systems are in place. That colonization in Africa, that colonization on the Caribbean, that is the origin and the root of all of this. And so instead of stopping midway through the road, won't you go straight to the root of the problem?
That's what we've been doing.
No. The root of the problem is colonization will lead people to call you an Akata. The colonization will lead you to call me an N-word. Slavery will lead you to call me an N-word. So let's deal with the root of the problem.
So why come to America telling us that we are lazy Akatas?
I say let's deal with the root and the problem.
Let's deal with that. So
let's deal with the root. Forget that. Let's deal with the root.
We are dealing with the root, whether we like it or not. We deal with the root every day.
Do you accept?
We deal with the root every day, but now we got new colonizers that's coming in. Not all. We have new colonizers that's coming in, pointing the fingers at
Bro, you don't have to. Bro, you don't have to. Let me tell you something. Bro, let me tell you something. You don't have to interact. You're not forced to interact with somebody from Africa. You're not forced to interact. You're not forced to interact with somebody from Pakistan, with somebody from Nigeria or wherever you choose to go. You're not forced. You do that by choice. And if you're if you have that, brother, if you have that personal experience, let me tell you something.
We can do that. We can go over there talking about African.
Listen to me. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me, brother. When my brother Firearms and Music said he went to the car wash, you see what I'm saying? There was the place where they are doing business, whether they own it or not. They patronize that business. You don't have to go there. I'm not speaking to Firearms. We don't have to go there. So when we go there and now they act as the ignorant colonized mind triggered them to act, then we continue to go there. We can't keep blaming them.
We're not blaming anybody. We're not blaming any. Black Americans try to get along with everybody, bro. Come on, you know
stop
that.
it then.
We've been getting along with
Go
everybody.
build something.
Only thing now we're doing.
Build a museum.
We are calling and we are protecting our lineage. And we are talking about our lineage.
You're not protecting a lineage. You're on a blog show.
Excuse me. We're talking about our land. We respecting our elders. We respecting our past. We're
well, if I told you right now, if I told y'all let's get suited and booted and let's deal with it like Haiti, you ain't protecting nothing. Cut it out.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Grant, she got to bring the strap.
What are you talking about? Well, you ready?
And the music.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
You ain't ready to do nothing. Stop talking on the internet. See, you ain't ready because you're too emotional on the internet. You stop. Look. All right, so fam, listen, fam, I really enjoy this, family. Listen, anybody want to deal with these conversations, please email me at tahakabay@gmail.com. Firearms and music, you got to come back through, bro, on the next conversation because I want to
talk to him more.
I got you, brother. You got it, Sizzler. You got the last word because I want to say that Tariq Nasheed is almost nailing the coffin. It's almost over, family. It's almost over. And there is no way that I will let this show fall by the wayside. I've been doing this for too long. I switch up conversations all the time. But he's almost nailing the coffin. He knows it. And everybody who's really know what's going on, they actually know it too. They never seen Tariq at this state ever. Ever. If you have been around long enough, you know the vibration of Tariq at the top of his game.
But let me just say this. Remember, you always say. Remember, you said this that it's a theory. It's a theory. You said that in the beginning of your show.
Absolutely.
This is a theory. Okay.
No. Listen to me. I want you to hear me good. When I told people that I was going to LA, did I go to LA?
Yes.
Absolutely. When I told people that I wasn't a registered sex offender and I was going to sue Tariq Nasheed if he keep it up, did I sue?
Yes.
There is nothing that I didn't say that I said that I did not do. What I'm telling you that this is bigger than YouTube. Many people take these spaces or we in front of this camera as a YouTube show. I'm telling you on Morse World TV, this intersects with reality out there. And I'm not going to stop until it stops. And what I'm saying is I'm of the thought that the man has griffed our people. I'm of the thought that the man is them people. I'm of the thought that this guy is not good for where we need to go. And I'm not going to stop. And I hope he's listening. I'm not going to stop until it's done with. The evidence already proves who he is. If you've been following the show, the evidence shows that he lied almost about everything in his position with reparations all the way up into the building. Nobody have to agree with it. It doesn't matter. If people choose to blindly keep following, it doesn't matter. But next year, this time, let's see what it looked like. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's see what it looks like. Because guess what? Everybody in here either have children or grandchildren. And if we're going to do something, we should be doing it real and we should be transparent and we should be having a goal to where we need to go. Not some weird old guy talking about we FBA and ain't no leader. No, we need instructions, we need structure, and we need a goal to be reached. Period, point blank. And if you don't want to be a part of the organizing effort to bring us back into competing with the resources, because at the end of the day, each nation of people competes for the resources that beneath our feet. And if you don't want to help put us in position to compete with the resources that's beneath our feet, and you want to give us a distraction so we can continue to be the oppressed and depressed, then just step aside. Just step aside, because right now, this generation, this Kodak Black generation, wait till they get conscious. That's right. This Kodak Black generation, this little baby generation, wait till they get conscious. See, they ain't going to do a YouTube show. They going to lay all these frauds down. I mean, and they don't care if the FBI on the roof. Wait till this little baby generation get conscious. That's what I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna be the elder sitting right back, directing the traffic. That's one. That's one. That's one. That's one. Wait till little baby them get conscious. That's what I'm waiting for. I pass the mic to Sizzler. Well, my other bro is getting conscious too. NBA young boy. Shout out to NBA young. Nah, hey, Fire, you listen to good music, Fire?
Man, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So people that my age, that's 50 or better, I know they write these young brothers off. Man, these brothers are geniuses. And when they get conscious, woo, it's over because they see through all of this stuff. They see through all of this stuff. And all they need to do is reverse that vibration and raise it up. And they not scared to take these frauds out. That's what I'm looking forward to. Let me give it to Sizzler.
All right. Like, is that the only African nation you've been to, firearms and music?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like, what kind of an other kind of an African nation would you accept to visiting?
If I could pick a nation, another nation in Africa that I would visit, would probably be somewhere in Northern Africa. Maybe, of course, Egypt. That's been my dream since a kid.
Visiting Egypt is fine. Just if you go to the northern parts of Africa, you have to understand that it is mostly ruled by, in all honesty,
Muslims.
a lot of Arabs.
A lot of Arabs.
Muslims, yeah.
The if you want to go to a place that's more similar to the USA, the main African nation to go to is South Africa. Because in terms of infrastructure, vehicles, electricity, water, everything.
Well, let me tell you about that real quick, Sizzler. My son, during the quote unquote Christmas vacation, my son go to a school called the Watutu Academy. And so they took a trip to South Africa, and they said that's the worst thing that they did. They said they went to South Africa because we here in America, we accept African culture as it's delivered to us, but we don't realize that there's so many different cultures in Africa, and it's just not one thing. But when they went there, that was one of the problems. It was too much like America. They had American food. They had they could go off into the other side and try to get traditional things, but it was so developed that that wasn't the experience that they wanted.
Well, that's why I was just saying if someone just wanted something to be pretty much similar to the USA in terms of infrastructure and whatnot, South Africa is best for them. You don't have to stay in the major cities like Joburg or Cape Town and whatnot. You can go to Durban and some of the other areas that are further away from the major metropolitan areas and whatnot. You don't have to stay in those major big areas and things like that. But the only thing that you may have to get used to is load shedding, because right now the thing with power is messed up every now and then. Sometimes it'll be like 2 to 4 hours of where you won't have electricity.
Yeah, it was like that when I was in Ondo State. They was using a lot of generators. Like the power would go out for extensive amounts of time and stuff like that.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sharing the show right now. Hope y'all sharing it too. Appreciate you. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. It's because at least within Nigeria, they haven't upgraded a lot of their energy sector in I don't know how many years. It's been forever. But I know that within Ethiopia, if you want to see a lot of the real culture in Ethiopia, it's really in close proximity of wherever you go to within the country. You can see all the things regarding His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie. You can go to even a lot of the different tribal villages and whatnot, not as well, and they will walk you through the different areas. There's different parts where they will say you cannot take pictures and whatnot, and that's out of respect for them that you don't do that. But they'll try to get they'll even want to give you an Ethiopian name and all of that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I got one of my real close friends, he's Jamaican, and his uncle was a real heavy dude in New York. His uncle owned a shop that had a lot of African antiquities, and professors and all type of stuff from different universities all across America would come to his uncle's shop and buy things and talk with him. And he was telling me about the times that he's been back and forth to Ethiopia and stuff like that. How the people there are different. I'll get a totally different experience from going to a place like Ethiopia, Eritrea, or something like that, than like West African people who
Correct.
are, somebody from Ghana,
The
Kenya, Nigeria, stuff
the
like that.
main
So,
area that most of a lot of Jamaicans have been going to within Ethiopia, primarily a lot of the Rasta, they've been going to Sheshemani, but that's changing because there's been some issues that have been going on within that region. So it's kind of shifting to different sections of the country. But even right now with the civil war that was somewhat going on, it's not even really a civil war that is going on. That's pretty much said and done. That's already over with. But it's a very peaceful nation. Even if you were to go with about 6 other people, you could feed all six people with even just about $7 or $8 USD and whatnot. It's very cheap for hotel stay, for food, travel, and everything. You're primarily going to be riding in a bajaj, which is like a little kind of a taxi. It's very small.
See, Big T, you should go experience some African
Yeah, sure.
tether life, brother.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I definitely want to go to Kemet. I used to
Yeah,
study the
see?
Kemetic. I used to study the Kemetic. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
The
used to.
science of
Stop
Kemetic.
saying used
But
to.
listen,
That's like
I
saying you
love
used to breathe air.
I love Africa, man. I love my brothers and sisters. But
There you go. Come on
we
home.
just
Bring
as
it
a
home,
collective.
brother.
I'm gonna bring it home. So listen, I'm gonna advise everybody, true Black Americans,
Don't you try to
go
sell
and
no book over here.
no.
Don't you
I'm
hold
just
up
saying.
Tariq Nasheed
This
book
is
up here. Don't you
no,
dare hold that race baiting
no.
book up.
If you want, listen. If you want true scholarship on FBA as far as reparations, William A. Darity Jr., based out of North Carolina, get this book, From Here to Equality. They're afraid of this brother. This brother is strictly FDA ADOS. He support ADOS 100%. He wrote. He's an economist. He as an economist,
This is the
these
thing.
people are the brains. These people are the brains of the society. He wrote a book. He wrote this book. Him and his wife, and it's From Here to Equality. If you want to know true, this is who I'm going to deal with. I want to get this brother on 21 Flames. Once I get my stuff up and running properly, I want to get this brother because this brother has all the information and details, but law about Black Americans.
This is the thing. This is the thing, though, King T. Before we get out of here, this is the thing.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that bothers me about us, you're 50, you're half 100, right?
Right.
I'm about to be a half 100. When are we going to start acting on these things in the book as opposed to keep reading the daggone books?
But listen, we're starting somewhere. We start by identity.
Bro, listen.
This is an identity thing.
Listen to me. I'm going to say it again.
Can I ask something?
We need to start acting on these things, bro. And
yes,
do we really need to be taught proud to be FBA at 50 years old?
No,
we really do.
I'm saying I'm pretty much responding to the last time I was on your show.
No, what I'm saying is, this is a whole nother space. Brother, do we really need to be screaming pom-poms that we're FBA at this age?
Yes, we got to, because we're late at doing that. We're late.
Well, we're going to continue to be late. We should be organizing, trying to build some infrastructure, and trying to build.
I should start with the children. You have to tell your children about your lineage.
Saying, bro. Let me. The same thing you saying that they've been saying this since I was like 18 years old.
Yeah, but without the help of Africa, we got to teach our children. Without the help of Africa, with our lineage,
you're going to die with. Bro, you're going to die with this silly message.
Well, you could call it silly. What you just asked me a question on when are we going to start, and it starts with our children. We have to.
I'm saying I'm not talking about that type of start. I'm saying
teaching our kids about our own lineage.
Listen, Big T. Come on, man. Big T. The thing is.
I mean, I keep looking at Africa.
Big T. The thing is you're talking about just teaching and just spreading an identity. But the point of the matter is getting to the point of where we will be sustainable on our own without other races of people and whatnot. When are you going to stop talking about doing these other kind of messages with identity and whatnot, and actually getting to
I gotta fight guys like you guys. I gotta fight guys like you.
Just let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. All I'm saying is like getting to the point of where we actually go to what we are looking for. When are we going to get to there to actually build?
When brothers like yourself, who's a Black American, when you stop opposing the agenda of what we're trying to set for ourselves, and our children,
we're not opposing you. We're having conversation on the internet,
bro. You've been opposing me all damn night.
We're having conversation on the internet, brother. You're going to get up tomorrow morning. You still drive tractor trailer?
Yes.
You're going to get up tomorrow morning and drive a tractor trailer. Nobody's opposing you. Your lifestyle is going to remain the same from you driving a tractor trailer. Firearms and music lifestyle is going to be. If you're talking about opposing you, it's time to put your boots on the ground and attack the real problem. That nobody's opposing you. This is it. Why do we get mixed? Like when people say, "Oh, you beefing with somebody?" No, we're not beefing. We're having an internet conversation.
Yes, it's a difference.
Nobody's opposing you.
I choose another word. We have a difference of opinion.
Why didn't I before we get out of here, brother? Why didn't you go to the museum for the opening? It was $300 at the door.
I have to work.
Brother, you knew it was coming. He gave you 30 days.
If it's not, the museum is not going anywhere, bro. I'm not running. I don't. That's not in the budget right now.
How much did you donate?
To what? To the museum?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Man, you ain't no true Nashidian. Get off my stage. You ain't no true Nashidian, man.
Hey, I gotta donate to myself. I gotta take care of my family, bro. That's real talk.
Oh man, you ain't no true Nashidian, man.
I'm not a true Nashidian.
You ain't buying no hand down, nothing.
I'm an FBA.
I would have at least sent him $100 or something. Come on, now.
Hey, listen. I bought some movies back in the days. I bought this
anyway, let's let everybody wrap up real quick. I want to get my brother Firearms to wrap up, brother. Don't forget to eat, bro. I know you got some beats on the drive. All the people that deal with music, they be like, man, I heard say that. I heard somebody. Man, I forget who it was. Old school rapper, man, but he can really rap. He was like, I think it was Talib or somebody, not old school to these new people. I think Talib was like, yeah, I got so much stuff on this hard drive. I'm about to just start letting it all go. So I know you got some stuff that you would need to let go. That you can give me your throwaways, man. Please, tahankabay@gmail.com.
So I could drop it in the chat so I can come back and snatch it up. I'll send you something tomorrow, Grand Sheik.
tahankabay@gmail.com. It got to be fire though, man, because the Moorish World TV citizens, they think they 21. They get to dance in their chair. Next thing you know, they need some Bengay and some icy hot. That's right. I'm dropping it right now. With that being said, brother, give us some closing remarks, brother Sizzler.
All right, like it was
not you. No. I wanted you to. I got to get Sizzler last. Because I can't let Big T go last because we ain't gonna never get out of here. So let me get brother Firearms and Music. It's all you, brother.
All right, man. Just want to give a shout out to all y'all brothers on the panel. Appreciate the work you're doing, Grand Sheik. I watch you all the time. You already know I'll be in the chat causing a little havoc.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. But just appreciate it, man. It was a really good conversation. It was an honor to be able to come and share my story with y'all brothers.
And let me say this. Firearms and Music is not one that agree with everything, but he's just so respectful. And that's all we asking on Moorish World TV. Just be respectful. And next up is my brother Big T. That's my bro. I'm telling you, that's my bro. He checks. Big T actually checks on me, fam. He actually sent me a text and like, you good, GS? Yeah. He actually checks on me. So just because we get worked up right here, this is not the typical Nashidianite.
Right.
So, brother, what you got for us, brother?
Hey, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Moorish TV and a big shout out to you, Tahaka Bay, word is born, man, and to the rest of the panel. This was fun. This was good. It's good information. brother with the glasses. No disrespect or nothing like that. We just met, but it was nice talking with you. I hope we get a chance to talk again. And hey, man, let's just keep it black. Let's just keep it Black American, man. You know,
Yeah, no FBA.
Let's keep it, which is Black American is FBA. You know what I'm saying? ADOS is black. ADOS. You know what I'm saying? Run DMC is black. Is FBA. You know what I mean? But all due respect, though, I do respect. I do respect the Morris TV world. Thanks for having me, and we'll see each other again.
Absolutely. And with that being said, let's get my brother Sizzler with the final closing remarks. What you think, brother? I'm glad to have you here. I got to bring you back. Yeah, brother. What you got for us?
Hey, it was fun. I enjoyed myself. I wish it could cut. I hope I can be able to come back again and all that. It was still interesting being able to finally speak to Big T, because all I seen was the two different live streams where he does get heated at times. Even tonight he got heated a little bit. Need to calm down, like slow down a little bit. Don't get so animated.
I do.
Like, no one's trying to offend you or anything. We're just talking. But
gotcha.
I'll be able to just let me know if you want me to come on again. I'll be able
Absolutely.
to get on all that.
What I really want to do, I want to try to do these panels once a week, you know, because I'm gonna tell you, son, that research, it takes a lot of work. Like, I know people just think that I just throw stuff on the screen. That stuff takes a lot of work. Me and Moochie Bear be working overtime. Like, we got stuff that don't nobody have. Anybody ever notice that we always breaking something new? And it's just so people get so used to Morris World TV that they think that, okay, let's see what he got next. And so they just take it as it's like second nature. But nah, man, and shout out to all the Moochie Bears out there. All the energies of the Moochie Bear is one that just drops something in my messenger or just drops something. And I'm going to tell you, Tariq has created a lot of people that are disappointed in him. And these people are spirited Moochie Bears, and they drop. So Tariq, it ain't long now. If you follow Tariq long as I've followed Tariq, because let me tell you something. I thought the brother, I never was a true fan of Tariq Nasheed, if you will, but I've had Hidden Colors. I got it bootleg, of course. I'm from around the way. I had to get it bootleg. But what I'm saying is that I've never been a close follower of him because I've always looked up to people like John Henry Clark. I always looked up to people that actually was scholarly driven. You know, I've never looked up where people had commercial presence, and I gave myself a commercial presence, if you will, so I can get into this conversation and bring some logic to the conversation. But my true passion is the real scholars. Somebody put Amos Wilson, and that's my true passion. You know what I'm saying? To listen to Garvey's speeches, you know what I mean? And just like, man, Garvey just was on it, you know, and people would say all they wanted, Garvey was on it. He was able to organize people in a way that we haven't seen since then. You can say what you want about him, but we haven't been able to organize like that in America since. It is said that he had over 1 million card-carrying, dues-paying members for the UNIA, and we haven't been able to see that since. So you can say what you want, and so those are the types of things that I really like. And so when I listen to them, and I listen to, unfortunately, I gotta say it, and I gotta listen to a Professor James Smalls, it doesn't match up. It just doesn't match up. It's different. It's different. When you really know scholarship, it's different. You know, when you listen to a lot of these people back there, Dr. Ben, Ivan Van Sertima, and you listen to them and you listen to this garbage today for social media, it's not the same. It's just not the same. And so we call it out. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all, family. We out here. We gonna do it again. I'm gonna be looking for them beats, firearms, and music. I'm the more you gonna remember. You feel me? Yeah. Salute, family. I'm out here.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember.
To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember.
To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my
If you
number.
a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I speak in.
Thanks, Sister Amatullah. Appreciate the Cash App. Thank you for joining me, sis. Thank you for joining me. Greta, thank you for joining me. Black Girls Read, thank you for joining me. Cryptonomics, thanks for joining me. It's the hotel.
About the prophet over Drew Ali.
Thanks for joining me. I'm Asadi. If it's some Nigerians in the chat tonight, I really wish y'all would come up here and defend yourself. Defend yourself. Why you call my brother an Akata?
Who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec? Told you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that.
Fuck yes!
Here we go again, acting like
Fuck
you
yes!
The same people talk European how to bathe and look
Fuck
at that
yes!
buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, they got a love.
Peace and love, family. Hopefully I see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, they love no yachty.
What up, D. Griffin?
Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross.
What up?
But when a love
Nadine?
woman look like your mother, I guess they say
Why
it's
you
all
call
right.
me an Akata?
I be that more you gon' remember.
I'm no
I be
Akata.
that more you gon' remember, that's right.
I'm no Akata. I'm no Akata. I'm no Akata. Akata. I'm no Akata. I'm no Akata. Ike the Dawn. TheHawkabay@gmail.com.
Super scholars holler.
I'm no Akata.
You ain't building on the ground.
I'm no Akata.
You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose.
I'm no
You ain't worried
Akata.
about your homie, but know that I know.
I'm no
Every
Akata.
rock fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah,
I'm no
you know I ain't
Akata.
slow. I seen it all before.
I'm no Akata.
Right now, don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the.
I know Akata. Don't call me. Who you calling Akata? UNITY. UNITY. Who you calling Akata? I'm gonna do the remix. See, that's what you gotta do. You gotta make jokes out these things. You know what I mean? Like you gonna get offended at the age of 50. You gonna get offended at the age of 50 because somebody call you a name. Who you calling Akata? UNITY. I didn't say I started like. Who you calling Akata? All right, I stopped distorting my mic. My bad. I get too loud. I need somebody say I'm distorting. Occupy Black Media. That's right. That's right. we gonna get mad at 50 years old because somebody called me a name. I'm gonna laugh at you like, man, for real? For real? You crazy. Occupy Black Media. Go there and subscribe. What the Occupy Black Media be talking about? I mean, I'm going to check out Occupy Black Media, see what he's talking about. Yeah, I think we should support all our balanced media people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should support a lot of this crazy stuff, you know what I mean? But we need to support. I'm going to check them out in a minute. Peace and love, family.